What is up, everybody? Spidey here, and as always, I hope you're having a marvelous day. We just finished an amazing stream with Simone Bianchi and Matt Datillo from Datillo Art Collective. I'm now live with my buddies. What's up, Manu? How's it going?
Very well. How are you?
The 9.9 newsstand and the one and only Fausto, Barrio Nuevo. What's up, Sketch Card Hive, Norn Rad, all the cool things. Welcome to the Marvel Show. We're back on for round two. Look, I love what Bob says. Round two, yes, we're here. We already got a bunch of good friends hanging out. We got Ryan. What's up? He says, I expect a fireside chat from Manu while we wait on the other show. He just wanted you to be fun by yourself.
That would have been great. We would have been watching it together. I would have been part of the watch party.
That would have been fun. We already got a hashtag Simone in here. That was the last stream. By the way,
Fausto, what up?
I missed you, man. I've been thinking about you a lot, Manu. I don't know what happened, but I feel like you've been like in the ether somewhere. And I was like, I gotta get on the Marvel show.
I called you after that last stream because you like disappeared on me. You like vanished. You were like, internet connections, I gotta go. I called you, but it was late for you. But then I was like, yeah, he'll call me when he calls me. But yeah, we'll chit chat.
East Coast, it had to be like 2 a.m. his time.
Yeah, it was actually really it was so painful. I had to wait for it to reset. It was so bad. I had to text Justin. I was like, I am so embarrassed and sorry. But we've actually had someone here. I'm hardline in now. I bought like a special connection. So no issues.
You sound good.
That's fancy. Oh, dang.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Interglobal says that was awesome. Thank you, Justin, for putting that together. Hey, look, I was just the vehicle. Matt reached out and said, hey, look, we want to do this. We want to do it on the Spidey Hits channel. Can we do it? This was yesterday afternoon. I was like, done. I'll bump the Marvel show an hour and we'll get it going. And so much fun. But we have a lot to do and talk about tonight too.
That was a retired Blue Label Perfect 10 Modesty.
Yeah.
That was Modesty graded in a retired Blue Label Perfect 10. That's what that was, Justin. Nice shirt.
Oh, everybody. Hey.
The picture was, that is awesome. I'm super jealous. I need Sketch Card Hive in like Silver Surfer font now. I'm like seriously obsessed. That's amazing.
Pretty cool. But hold on. There's more.
There's more. Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah. What? It's not on. Oh, you don't want to mess up the hair. I got you.
Yeah, it's not for tonight. But
very cool.
We're blue and black, right? Isn't that the rule?
No, there's no rules. These days, there are absolutely no rules. Can I see the green under the brim? The green brim's a really nice touch. That is some classy stuff there. I love that.
It's some classy stuff there.
It is. I'm telling you.
I haven't seen a green brim in a while. Yeah, it's good.
That's what I'm saying.
Good.
Green brims are vintage, and so were the gray ones because New Era went to black for a short time, and then us hat heads, like I'm a real hat collector guy, and we all made a fuss, and New Era brought the gray and greens back for us.
I'm about to spend $200 on the Silver Surfer one because I can't find it cheaper. There's this purple Silver Surfer one from like the 90s.
What, a hat?
Oh yeah, so painful.
Dude, there's a company called like Squarehead, Big Head. I forgot what it was, but there's these big blockhead. There are blockhead snapbacks, and there's another company called American Needle that used to make them as well. And they're vintage Marvel products. Vintage meaning the 90s. They're hundreds of dollars when they're unworn.
I know. Yeah. I'm so close to just biting the bullet.
I hope you do. That'd be really cool. That'd be really cool.
I have to do it.
That has not hundreds of dollars. So,
well, no, that you're custom manufacturing merch. You're the actual.
You're the CEO. You don't have to pay those prices.
Yeah, I have one more.
Fat Belly says only feet. I second that. Hashtag only feet.
Yeah. Oh, VP's being way too kind. Thank you.
Hey, VP.
What did he say?
He says that this is his favorite YouTube subscription.
Oh, that is very nice. I mean, Justin, we got to give it up. I mean, hats off to you. That was another, I think, like a milestone YouTube event.
That was incredible.
So that was quite amazing. Yeah,
killed it.
I haven't seen Alonzo smile for so long without breaking it ever.
He was in his spot. He was just like so happy, right?
Yeah.
Keith,
thank you, VP. Dude, I appreciate
let's talk. You got something I want.
No, I already offered him on that card. Because I need trade bait for you for when you get something I want. So I've already gotten in the middle there.
I feel like the whole world's working against me here.
No, we're working. I'm trying to help you. I'm going to keep it safe. And then when you need to get rid of something, I'm going to bring that to you.
Here, I'll
keep it safe.
You know what my favorite part about this is? The noir font.
Yeah. I love the noir font. I love the webbing inside. I love the person.
The webbing's actually not coming through for me here. I saw it in the picture, but I can't see it.
Oh, it's blown out a little bit.
I see it a little. I see it. Yeah, there it is.
Good border. Whoever makes these is a genius. I love this person. They do a great job.
RMS, thank you, my
friend. For that one, but it's you know.
Wait, why? Oh, because it says the thing. I gotcha.
Yeah, but I got to wear something when I'm opening up masterpieces.
Well, you can just give them away. You don't have to sell them, and then there's nothing to sue you for.
Exactly. Which ones? Definitely the Spidey hits one will likely be up soon, and the hats, but not so sure about the Spidey hits masterpieces.
You got price points already? Do you know how much you're charging for stuff?
Not yet.
I love how mischievous Manu has gotten.
I'm really not ready to announce that I was going to be selling it.
Do you know how much you're charging it for?
Let me tell you, Fausto. I have one roll here.
What's your gross profit margin?
Yeah. My one role here is to be kind of mischievous, right? Because everyone else, and I've had to step back and observe, and I had to realize, wait a second, you know what? I'm just going to be happy for my friends. They want to be happy. I'm going to be happy for them. Something comes out, they're excited. You know what? I'm happy they're excited. What do I got to be excited for? I'm happy they're excited. But when there's something that I just feel like I got to ask or I got to say, I got to be the one guy that does it, man. I just have to.
You're my hero. Okay? I'm too obsessed with everybody because I like all of you guys to like say anything, and I love it. I absolutely love it that you're doing it. And then I'm really fortunate. I'm really happy that, I do have your phone number. And if there's something I can't say out loud, I can just call you and say it. That was the best conversation I've ever had. Like, I had so much fun with you on the phone that day.
I know exactly the call you're talking about. It was a great one,
That made me so happy.
And I have had this thought. I've actually had this thought, and someone, a close friend of mine, who I'm not going to say his name here because I don't want it to be in a negative context, but a close friend of mine said, they're just going to push you out of that circle of friends. You know that, right? Like, you're not even buying the new products. They're not going to have you around just to criticize things. And I was like, well, if that's what happens, that's what happens.
It's so funny how opposite that is. And that's not even me telling you that. That's me just like, there's a guy named Rick Ortiz who's a friend of ours. Justin met him. And you dirty dog.
That's what you meant by the Rittenhouse Archives. I love that set.
Oof,
okay,
that's a great set. And he is the same way about sketch cards. And whenever I think about buying a sketch card, I always show Rick because Rick will be the one to tell you the truth always. And that is so important in like a friendship circle.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'd be honored if you guys kept me around for that. That'd be my.
Please, always, man.
I'd be very happy to be that tattoo in this community.
Hell yeah.
But thank you, my friend. I appreciate it.
Well, you're worth more than any card I could.
But here's something I gotta be brutally honest right now though. And Fausto, listen, this is the truth, and I gotta tell the truth.
Deep down.
It is not hard to be impressed by Bianchi's work. Okay. There are some things that I'm just excited for my friends, but Simone is that guy. Like when it comes to a uniquely, it's just unique and it's great, right? So that is something that I have no trouble being excited about or cheerleading or anything like that. So, hats off to Simone. Just incredible work, and so that, that I don't have to force that. That's that guy.
That guy's the guy, man. I mean, like,
totally.
It's funny. So many interesting things are going to start happening with masterpieces. And I was able to lock down something that I've been after since 2018, which is the Magic prelim from 2018 Marvel Masterpieces. I was able to lock it down. I shared it on my Instagram.
Wait, the Magic prelim?
The Magic prelim. I'll have to get it out. But I finally got it. And I had been waiting for that since 2018. And I finally found the collector. It was a fair price. Awesome collector. And I snagged it and gave me that same feeling as when I first saw the set. Bianchi's just that kind of guy, that kind of artist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just can't. It's crazy.
No, he's very much him. The lines, the geometric lines, the way that everything kind of has this like characters are brought to life by Bianchi in a way that no one else has brought them to life before. He sees them in a certain way, and the way he stylizes textures, and there's just something that he does that's just completely his. I won't even bother trying to describe it. What's the point of that? It's art. And Bianchi's art is it stands out.
And it's what Masterpiece is supposed to do. You know, I'm hoping someone put up a comment about the next coming out, which is Dan's set. I'm really excited to hear all of you guys to hear all of you guys talk about seeing the artwork, because this has been a very lonely experience on my end, because I've gotten to see it, but I haven't gotten to like really share it with like you guys, you know, opinions I matter and all this stuff, and
it's
gonna be fun.
We're close for sure.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to enjoying all of that.
We're gonna have fun because I think we're all gonna have just a lot of stupid fun. Giveaway.
Off-White Tim.
What?
He sent me something. So he sent me a giveaway. But he sent me
Off-White Tim.
He sent me a sketch because he's amazing. Go check out his art.
Oh fuck.
Oh wow.
That's beautiful. Wow, that's gorgeous.
Isn't that great?
That's awesome. That's incredible.
Wow.
So I haven't looked at what the giveaway item is yet.
Oh, I thought. Really my gosh! You just did that as if that was the giveaway.
No, this is mine. I said he sent it with what he sent me.
Oh, we all missed that part. Yeah, because we wanted that.
All right, but Tim, I hope whatever's in here is just as good. So.
Oh, that looks great, Tim. It's crazy.
Tim, you got to tell him to set it up differently next time.
I'll do that.
That wasn't the way.
Sorry, Tim. $5. Did you just swear?
No, I didn't. Keith doesn't know what he's talking about.
Did you?
I was saying Fausto. I always say Fausto when I'm excited. Like Fausto.
That's not a cuss word, though. Fausto's not.
Yeah, Fausto's a great word.
Faust you.
All right, this is the giveaway from Tim.
It's Cards and Metal. What up?
Oh, Cards and Metal.
What's up, Ian?
Oh, nice. This must be something you did live on the stream, perhaps. I'm not sure.
Yes. So, anyways, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do a whole reveal. You know, I'm back from National, which is all the sports car people, so now I know how to reveal stuff.
Good one.
Don't drop it out the bottom.
Manu's like freaking out.
You gotta give him a tease. Oh, that's fire.
We know.
Oh man,
we know who this is.
Damn, is this the inside joke? This, you know, they were talking about inside jokes earlier. Bam!
Oh my goodness, dude!
That's the giveaway.
That's
Ghost
cool.
Rider.
That's
great, Tim.
From the one and only Tim.
Cool. Tim, very nice of you. That's amazing. Justin, pronounce Tim's last name for me. He's got an accent mark on stuff and everything.
Oh. I don't know. Cologne?
Is it Cologne then? Is that how you would say? I don't know.
You're asking the literal worst person to pronounce it.
Tim is actually doing it right. He spells out his name and then he has his signature.
Why is that not focused?
That's the way to do it.
Oh, I noticed that now. Very cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
For some reason. But anyways.
Thank you, Tim. That's really awesome, man.
Yeah.
Justin, I'll just give you my address now. Let me just. Is this it's a giveaway? Okay.
It's a giveaway. Yeah, let's do a hashtag Tim.
I'm in.
Hashtag Tim.
Capital T.
Yeah, Tim.
Put some respect on that name.
He says it is. Yeah, unbelievable. And Tim, next time send me a photo of the item so that you could do the shipping, because now someone will wait forever to get this.
That is funny.
Hashtag Tim. We'll run this for a little bit, but yeah, so there's a lot to talk about. I just got back from Chicago on Sunday, which was national. Let's not make me the big screen. But I was there. Basically, I got there like midnight Friday morning and spent all day Friday, all day Saturday, and Saturday morning. Spent most of my time with Grayson of Cherry Collectibles from Australia, which was just a real joy. I've been unfortunately been so incredibly busy since I landed that I haven't been able to finish editing the kind of the vlog video. I thought I would finish it last night and I fell asleep while I was editing it. So the only post I've been able to get up is the box breaks, but really excited about getting that video up for you, and ended up, getting to meet some people for the first time that, we get to hang out with here on the channel and see, and then some people that I've seen before, but also got to see them. I saw Pancake Analytics, but we actually really couldn't like sync up. He was just standing there while I was opening up boxes with Allie and Grayson, but he was busy giving panel speeches and stuff the whole time. He's too important and popular, all that stuff. But
he was still in demand and things. Yep.
He was. And then, but I got to see Shane Rowe, Marvel Card Investor 1. Now, who knows? His Instagram keeps getting.
Poor Shane.
Is he back yet? He's not back.
No,
yet?
I got taken down a second time. So,
right.
Yeah, but it was really great to see him in person. Got to see, Marvel cards at a sports card convention, which was really, really cool. Yeah,
that's awesome.
But I wanted to share, some of the stuff, and I guess this is the question: like, do I share the stuff I picked up, or would the people rather wait and watch the vlog? You know what I mean?
Oh, I want you to share it.
You can share your favorite pickup and save people the excitement of the vlog.
My favorite pickup was
okay.
Redemption.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that would make sense, Justin. That would make sense. The reaction that I don't know traveled the world. It was just I told Justin on the phone. I said, Justin, I was gonna be honest with you. It was kind of adorable. Like you were literally like, how Justin says the kid finally afford to be the kid. Like you.
Yeah.
You were the kid in that moment. It was just it was in your voice. It was in the way your mouth was left open after you said the sentence, and it was yeah.
Yeah, it was it's so hard to like, I don't know, how do I even begin to like recap that feeling, to pull a redemption, it's a fun type of card to hit, right? But then to sit there and watch as Allie, of all people, like the incredible Allie, is revealing which issue the jumbo clipping is. And then for me to realize it's issue 300, which like goes with my 300 comic cut achievement. And on the heels of the conversation Manu and I had the last Marvel show, it just, I don't know. It's just so perfect. It was at National. It was, I had people there. I had Eugene from Rare Collectibles. I had obviously Pancake there. Brian was there. Jordan was there. And then Grayson was there. We were there at the Upper Deck booth. Like the whole thing was just insane. Absolutely insane. And then I overlooked a buyback. Like as soon as the redemption became available, I just put down my stack of cards. I'm not even paying attention. And then there's an out of 10 buyback there, which didn't matter, but was just crazy. The whole thing was crazy.
That's awesome, bro. It couldn't happen to anybody better, man. I'm so happy it happened to you, dude. That was perfect because like so much you do for the hobby, and to see you go up there and to do that was so great, dude.
Also got to hang out with this guy.
What?
Neo.
The Neo. What's up, my friend?
What's up, boys?
Dude, just recapping a little bit of the National. How about you?
Still recovering. It's a long 5 days.
Look at Sydney. Lala Underwood. Oh gosh.
I think last year time flies really fast, because if I remember correctly, we were having like a recap show last year, and it was you and Neo, Justin and Neo. You guys were ripping boxes together last year.
Oh well, I didn't go to National.
No, that wasn't at the National. Where were you guys at a Marvel card booth opening boxes?
We were in New York.
Oh, NYCC. That's correct. Okay, around the same time last year, though. That's right. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Okay.
Neo popped in like Doctor Strange. HH, thank you. You're too kind. Yeah, it was incredible. It was a really fun moment. So I'll just tell the whole story. I'm with Grayson the whole 2 days, Friday and Saturday, and most of Sunday morning. And we had been putting together some pretty big deals, or I should say I was buying Marvel cards, big deals on my scale. He was dealing with sports cards, really, really big on his scale. And towards the end of the day, we were like, hey, look, let's break a box together. Where do you want to do it? And we thought about different places that we could do it, and ultimately decided to do it at the upper deck location because they had all these tables set up. And so we run over to the upper deck and we ask them, hey, do you have any boxes we can break? And they said, hey, we got the Funko boxes. And I said, no, I'm not opening that on my channel. It just not anything I want to be a part of. So, and we had to do it at 3:30 because of we were going to the Panini party afterwards, and we had some stuff lined up that we had to do. So we leave to go buy boxes to go look for them. In fact, one of the boxes that we bought was this one. I'll show you. These boxes. Marvel creator collectors. And you can see the price that the guy had on it was $950. I didn't pay that.
Thank you.
But anyways, and ended up going to this one guy who had some vintage Pokemon, Marvel Masterpieces 2018, and 2 of those boxes. And Grayson ended up putting a deal together for 4 vintage Pokemon boxes, the 2 Marvel creators and the Marvel Masterpieces. And I was like, look, I'll pick up one of the creators. I don't mind opening it. I open everything, and we'll open up the masterpiece boxes, and that's what we'll do. So we come back to the upper deck booth, and when we come up, one of the guys from upper deck said, hey, I went and picked up 2 boxes of beginnings off the floor. You guys can have these. And so gives us 2 boxes from beginnings. So we set the Marvel creators down aside because we're not going to open those. We don't have to. And we're thinking the masterpiece box is going to be the crescendo. We'll just, loosen up the video with the beginnings boxes. Right. And in that process, I'm the camera guy. So I'm setting up, like, this is all happening like really, really fast. I'm setting up both cameras and setting up the table and trying to get the chair angle just right. So our heads are in the screen. And as I'm doing that, Allie had walked up, and we were like, hey, Allie, you want to break with us? And she's like, yeah. And so she sits down. We all this happens simultaneously. She sits down. We start opening it up, but we didn't talk about at all which box was whose. Like, it was just instant rip. And so once the redemptions hit, it dawns on me like, holy smokes, whose box is this? Like, how are we going to decide whose card this is? And but anyways, it all worked out in the end for me to be able to pair the redemption with the Amazing Spider-Man 300 cover. And I've already scratched it. I've already got it sent off to UD for them to be able to see the code. And actually, while I was sitting in the Simone interview, they emailed me and said they got it. So, but it does say it takes 12 to 16 weeks to receive.
My favorite part with the video that you did was you held up the card, you looked at it, he was like, is it in the back? Can I just get it now?
Yeah.
I
really wanted, I was like, can we do it?
It must just be back there. I'll take it. I mean, let's just do this now. Why wait, right? Yeah. I loved it.
Insane.
Do we have an image of it?
Yeah.
Of the image? An image of the clipping?
Oh, no. I have the comic book page, but no, I don't have an image.
Well, let's see that. No, let's see that. Let's see that as well. Yeah. I just know it's Mary Jane.
And they do have an example of what the jumbo would look like, right? On the sell sheet, wasn't there like an example?
Yeah, I've seen one somewhere.
I've seen one. Yeah, they look good. It's a cool border. It's just a single page. Yeah, and a cut.
Yeah, I got it real quick.
VP, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I love it.
I'm so mad people are picking up those Michelle Pfeiffers. I was thinking about that for a long time. I know. I'm so mad. Whatever.
God.
Whatever. I'm so mad. I should have picked up the Danny DeVito. The Danny DeVito autograph insert. The one that's packed.
What'd you say, Neo? Sorry.
It's a family show, down boy.
It's a family show.
Hey, we'll talk about the autographs and stuff later because
wow.
you dropped it. Yeah. This is the panel. That's great.
Yes. Look at that.
Yeah.
Stanley, Amazing
great.
Spider-Man, Venom, all the
I
incredible
love seeing
names
the
down here at the bottom.
names.
I love how Venom's written on that page.
It's written so well. The thing that concerns me is without seeing it, I don't know what they're going to cover up on the borders.
Yeah, I bet you're not getting that top and bottom part.
Yeah,
that's really annoying.
Yeah. I don't know, but it's hard for me to imagine that I'm going to get all of that. But
you might be able to get it signed by all the people who were on the issue. That'd be a cool thing.
I thought about that. I was like, what if I could get David Miscellany, Todd, and whoever these other people are. I don't know them. Oh, Tom DeFalco. I know who that is.
Tom DeFalco,
yeah. It would just be
David Miscellany. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it'd be incredible. David Miscellany is who's the signature on my 300 auto. That's from Beginnings.
That's so sick.
Oh yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Justin, if you put me big screen, I can show my hit from Beginnings.
Let's do it. Oh yes. Everybody sit back and relax. This is the out of 5. Look at these panels. Look how well done it is.
Little 6-piece comic clipping.
So this came in a pack, obviously folded in half. You put it in the one touch for it.
Yeah, I picked up the one touch bag at the National for it.
Cool. Very cool.
It looks so incredible.
Imagine this, but with Silver Surfer. Oh,
wait. I knew it. I was like, he wouldn't go there.
With the AF-15 in the first panel.
While you have my big screen, can I show you my favorite National pickup?
Please do.
Indeed.
Stickers.
Hey,
2 sealed boxes.
That's so cool.
That looks like the Kith shoe boxes. Is that what you just said? I just heard you say that, and that's what I was thinking.
No, I said 2 boxes. I got 2 boxes.
You said 2 boxes.
Yeah.
What are those? Somebody tell me what the heck that is.
1993 X-Men sticker set. It's from Saturday morning cartoon.
That's amazing, dude.
Yeah, these rarely pop up.
Gotta die.
I love that, and I love that you have like this acrylic sealed.
Yeah, I picked this up. I got this at the National too.
Clever.
Do you like it? Who's the brand? How much does that cost? Sorry,
it's Titan Displays. I think it's called. I got this for $35.
Dude, that's not bad at all.
And the cool thing is that they #not sponsored. They magnet, so if you get multiples, they'll stack and they stay together. There's little magnets at the top.
Respect.
Cool.
That's great.
I've been looking for one of these for a while, and then to see 2 of them in the same booth, I was like,
"No, I'm glad
they're
you picked
awesome,
those up. I've never seen those sealed, or I don't even know if I'm familiar with them. They're great."
I'll show my last Marvel pickup while on big screen. These are all my National Marvel pickups.
Yeah, that was a great pickup.
Oh, cool. Very cool, man. Very cool.
Yeah, I lucked. Shout out to whatever his IG is now.
Shane.
Yeah.
Shane.
So not a card you had before. You did not have this.
No. So we were talking at Shane's booth for a while. I told the story on my video. And we had chatted multiple times throughout multiple days, and we had kind of said our goodbyes because it was Saturday, and we were both talking about like he found like a really nice Marvel card on a table mixed in with a bunch of sports cards, and we were talking about like roaming the show floor, and all of a sudden it's all sports cards, and then you see like one diamond in the rough, like in the middle of all this sports stuff. I walk away from his table, I go 2 tables over, and someone had a Gambit Platinum portrait in their case, and they had it stickered for $300, which I hadn't checked comps for a while, but I knew that 300 seemed at least extremely fair, if not a really good price. So I looked, and I think the last couple had gone for like around 450, 500 or something like that. There was one on eBay for 600. So I offered the guy $200, and he took it. I was kind of surprised, but he took it. I was like, okay, cool. And then I went back over to show Shane. I was like, hey, look, speaking of what we were just talking about. And while that was happening, I don't know if you guys know who Cards. His name is just Cards and Comics. He has a YouTube channel, and he's also does a lot of Marvel card stuff. And he walked up and said, hey, I have the Ghost Spider Platinum portrait. Are you interested in it? And I said, if you caught me on Thursday when I had more money, probably, because I know that sells for a decent amount of money. long story short, him and Shane worked out a trade where Shane got the Ghost Spider and a 96 Marvel Masterpieces Spider-Man PSA 10 in a trade deal. And then, me and Jason talked, Cards and Comics talked for a while. He walked away, and I told Shane goodbye again. And Shane goes, "Hey, I know you collect Ghost Spider. I'll trade this to you for the Gambit and some cash."
Wow. Oh, wow.
So I ended up essentially with this for $400.
You did great, man.
Shane's the man. Shane's the man, dude. That's awesome.
Shout out Shane.
The hookup. And this is going to go, Jason, Cards and Comics, was going to send this to PSA. So I'm actually going to grade it. I didn't even take it out of the card saver or anything.
Yeah. Awesome.
So, dude.
That card's always been on my list, but it wasn't high on my list because of the price of it. And I was just kind of like, I'll get to it when I get to it. But
they're great. I like, dude, the Platinum Portraits for me is like, when did that card come out? 2022?
Yeah, that was
Spidey Metal.
Yeah, dude, it's like,
I know the X-Men one's more rare, but the Ghost Spider one obviously sells for more because of the character. But
Mark said you pimped out Gambit. I'm sad, but good pickup.
Hey, I'll pimp out Gambit for Gwen any day of the week.
That's awesome. I love that. That's a great pickup.
Well, it's funny because I got the card and then I texted you guys and I was like, "Hey, does anyone need a Gambit Platinum Portrait?" I would have flipped it for like $225 or whatever and hooked one of you guys up if someone really needed it. And then Justin texted me back and was like, "Yes." And then I was like, "It's already gone."
Yeah, there's lots of Gambit.
Tell the national moves. You gotta
go fast.
You do have to go fast, man.
That's going to be their tagline next year. That's how the national moves.
That's good. So I picked this up for a friend, and I never even. You start to learn your friends, learn collectors, right? And you see something, you're like, well, I'm just going to grab it for them. So, I saw this. This is a great Kitty Pryde Shadow Cat.
That's great looking.
Super detailed. Wow.
That's really good.
Isn't that awesome?
Wow.
And Mello, I think, is the artist. And when I saw it, I was like, yeah, I know a couple of guys that definitely would pick this up if they were me. I love this sketch, but you just can't collect everything. You just like, what am I going to do with this? Just hold on to it. It just doesn't fit in the collection. But this silly little Spidey head does.
Oh, that's awesome.
So anyways, I picked up both of them at a really, really fair price and messaged my friend, this one, and already sold it to him. They were like an instant yes. Sold to him for, I think it was 115.
Ooh, nice grab.
Easily a $300 sketch.
Wonderful grab,
in my opinion. So really happy with that. And then I got Fausto this for $3.
Score.
Oh, whoa! I love those. I love the vending machine stickers. Are some of my favorite things.
So
again, it's the only surfer anybody reached out and found at the Nationals. So I feel pretty happy.
Okay, well, let's do the Fausto test. Now I know this isn't sure. It even if it doesn't have like copyright on the back, it might still be real. Apparently, like we don't really know, right? Does this say Polaroid or Kodak or anything on the back? These ones?
Some of them do.
Some of them do. Interesting.
So there's actually two versions of that surfer, and I think it might be two versions of a lot of them, where if you look at the name at the bottom of the card, one is no border and one has a black border on it. So
on the names, huh?
Yeah, very on the name. Cool. So if you look at the font of the name, one will have a black border, one won't. And those to my understanding are 100% authentic.
I just like to believe they're all real. I know that's probably pretty naive of me, but I
mean, it doesn't matter, man. If you like it, who cares? Customs are fun too. It only matters when the price is crazy. You know what I mean? Then it just starts becoming like, oh, you made this in your printer.
These have, you probably can't see it on the screen, but
I see the Kodak on there,
and it has the Kodak. So when you see the yellowing and you see the Kodak, and the guy I was talking to, seemed like a very genuine person. He's like, I've had these for 15 years.
Yeah, no, they were out of like Pizza Hut, those kind of like, you remember the flat ones where you put in the 4 quarters and you push it out. The really rare ones, to my knowledge, are the ones that are die cut. Those are the ones that are really tough.
There's a McFarlane Spider-Man die cut. It's iconic. Any McFarlane Spidey guy like knows that sticker. I have them in my collection. I've got like my childhood 90s ones. I've purchased additional ones from eBay. I absolutely love them. I just have no way to know which one's real and which ones aren't, right? So that's like, I wish I had an actual way to know. I just don't have a way to know.
Yeah, I have a Spawn one, and I'm like, I don't know how to know, you know?
Right.
No, I don't know.
I wish I was focus. Come on now. There we go.
That looks great, man.
Phoenix.
The only reason I know a lot of these are authentic, at least when I see certain ones, and no, I mean like 99% no, is just because I've known people who've had these very examples of stickers for like 20 years, you know what I mean? Or like since they're like, and they've categorized it on their websites and stuff like that, you know? And it's pretty hard to duplicate. I mean, I don't know. Counterfeits are going to get rough. It's pretty scary. But
I've
these
got
look
my
really
90s
nice.
copies, you know, to do some referencing with, but that's really all I've got. But those, obviously, I know they're authentic. I'm the one that had the white little thing. You know, it's like craft paper on the inside, white on the outside, and that's how they used to come out of the machines.
How you know.
Yeah.
Can I ask the real hard-hitting question? Why wasn't Fausto at the National?
Yeah, trust me, I asked that question.
If only you worked for a company that maybe had a very large presence there. Oh, shoot. What do you know?
What do you know? Yeah. Actually, it was actually some family stuff I had to take care of, unfortunately.
Sure.
So, no, it was actually.
That one.
I know it actually. Well, it's funny because I spoke to Neo at, oh my God. Where was that? That was at Heroes, right? Charlotte. Yeah. So I was talking to Neo and I was like, I was on the fence. I was trying to do stuff and I was like, okay. And then like probably a week out, things got complicated and I was like, I'm not running over there and doing all this other stuff. I don't know. I know Justin wanted me to go. I do feel terrible, but.
So you're locked in for NYCC is what you're telling me?
Didn't that pass already? When's NYCC?
October. Picked up this because it was kind of clean.
Oh, I like that.
I heard Shane told me someone had a complete set of 66 on the show floor, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, I saw it, and I got a video of it, and the guy tells a pretty incredible story about how he started putting it together, and it was the one part of the entire event where my mic the battery had died, and I didn't know.
No. I heard
how much was he asking?
What's that?
How much was he asking?
$30,000.
What was the grade for all of them?
It's a grade 8 or better.
He had the whole set in 8 or better?
Mm-hmm.
Respect.
Well, yeah,
and that's 66 cards, correct?
Yeah,
right.
Donruss.
Well, no.
No, 1966 is in the year.
No. So there are 4 variants. So he has the 66 plus the 4 variants. And then
you picked up a pack.
But he doesn't have the PSA 8 pack.
I saw someone selling a sealed box of 66 at the National.
What?
How much were they selling that for? And then
I didn't ask. There was no price on it. It looked insanely expensive.
Where was it at?
I don't remember.
Even seeing one didn't happen for me.
It was BBC wrapped.
Okay,
I didn't make it over there.
So Justin, the complete set is 70 cards?
Yeah, I didn't count them, but that math works out 66 plus 4, but the set is 66, but there's a Spider-Man, I think I'm gonna get it wrong. A Spider-Man, a Captain America, and maybe 2 Hulks that have color variations, and he had those as well.
I didn't know anything about those. Is that something that we can do some imaging of?
It'll be in the video. I'm just gonna have to voice over it. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, I would love to know what they're selling. Charging for that box too. Fausto, I'm sure you have really good copies of these stickers already, but I did try to pick up the best ones for you. They're not quite centered, but then I picked up this mainly because I just wanted to. They're not in good condition. I got them.
Sweet.
What year is that?
Hold on. Let me get to focus. 1967.
1960.
May I leave the room? Terribly off cut. The back is like cardboard. This one's even worse.
Yikes.
So bad.
These were miserable. I hear these are worse than 66.
It's so bad. I wish it would focus.
That should get an error.
Yeah, it's not even gradable. But where's my other graded cards?
I cannot remember which ones were the color variants.
Justin, did you know about the color variants, or did the owner of that set educate you as to the
He
color
educated me and showed me.
Well, I'd imagine he showed you they were there, but I was just wondering why we never discussed it before. And it's because it's new information to us.
I thought this was cool. It's a PSA 5, but considering what you just looked at, I thought it was good enough.
I think it's great.
That looks super sharp.
Hey, lady, you dropped your package.
I have a 1966 Donruss set here. That's
complete.
Yeah. That someone wants to sell. They told me.
For how much?
I don't know. They told me to shop it around. I've only asked like 2 or 3 people, but I was looking through the set to see if I could see the color variants because it is a Spider-Man. I just don't remember. I know there's a Spider-Man one. I just don't remember which one it was.
So that's a set of 66 you're holding in your hand.
Yeah,
I mean 66 cards. I know it's a set of 1966.
Yeah.
No, I know, but there's 66 cards you have.
I have the set is 66 because it goes 1 to 66.
Got you. Okay.
That's the set. The 4 or whatever this person's talking about, I feel like I've seen the color variation, but I just can't remember which cards it were. But it doesn't matter.
Very cool. Very cool. No, it's
you don't see them often because a lot of people don't like Joe's set that we graded at CGC. I don't remember if any of those were variants. I don't know.
I forgot about the Tim #Tim giveaway for the Ghost Rider sketch. I want to run that thing. So get that in.
So Justin, now that you've been the one, would you go back?
Yes, I can't fathom not going anymore. Like, maybe this one was just different than the other ones. I mean, I've never been
the busiest one ever.
Yeah, what's that?
This was the biggest and the busiest ever. Broke the attendance record.
It was fantastic. Obviously, there was a heat issue. They were having air the first day. For me, it was the first day, but the second day it was fixed.
Saturday was good.
Yeah.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday were a little rough.
Yeah, so I missed that, so it wasn't, or missed most of it, so it wasn't that bad. But and I was able to stay there at the Rosemont, which made it really easy to get in and out of. So that played a role in how much I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was great.
Next year's Cleveland.
Yeah,
I get to drive every day.
Yeah, but I'm a little worried because you posted that photo that there's like no hotels.
Book now.
The convention. Look, what's
Book
that?
a hotel now. My video tomorrow is the 2024 National Travel Guide.
Oh yeah, so I need to book tonight. What days? What days are they?
July. Don't hold me to this. Like the 26th to the 30th or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I need to go ahead and book. Okay, we'll wait. We're gonna wait like another minute for the #Tim for the Ghost Rider sketch because we got another giveaway to do after that.
Chicago has the best layout for it because all the hotels are directly across the street. So, and there's plenty of restaurants within walk. You don't need a car in Chicago. You don't even really need to Uber if you don't really want to.
Yeah, I mean, we Ubered into downtown Chicago for the Panini after party, but other than that, I didn't have to leave ever.
Well, you got in the Panini VIP party. That's a really big deal.
Yeah, it was great. Outcasts, or half of Outcasts, however you want to say that, was performing. Somebody else performed.
Tickets to that party are thousands of dollars, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
If not tens of thousands.
Yeah, it was great.
Tens of thousands of dollars to get into a Panini party?
Yeah, it's super high end. You get a bunch of free shit. Like it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
There's usually a lot of celebrities, a lot of athletes.
I got to meet I got to meet some really cool people in the space, including some people internationally. I thought was really, really cool to make some connections there. Obviously, Panini has Marvel card license, but it's international. So making some of those connections was fun.
Yeah, National's a good event. It's a good event.
Enjoyed it.
Crazy busy.
Look forward to going back.
Crazy
Yeah.
busy.
I'm not going to announce it yet, but like the reason I was there is going to be a whole nother separate set of videos that I'm working on. But you know, to me, getting to see one of the best set of Marvel cards ever made, it was really, really cool to see that in person. That's why I was really there. And that hopefully that will be released maybe this weekend. We'll see. Unfortunately, I came home to a very busy schedule, and it's just part of life. But we'll get it out there and let everybody be able to enjoy it. All right, so we're gonna run Tim's giveaway. Let's do that.
Good luck, everyone.
Amazing Ghost Rider that he did. All right, good luck. Who's it gonna be? Uh-oh, no way.
Rigged.
Rigged.
You're not doing yourself any favors, Justin.
Be right back. Need to record a video. Influencer loaded boxes and some staged giveaways.
You're the worst.
Hey, at least you'll get it shipped on time. Yeah, exactly. Mark said $0.
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
Congrats, Cass.
Congrats, man.
The funny part is we had a conversation about that literal thing at the National.
I know.
Did you really?
It's so dumb.
Yeah, we were talking about like running giveaways and stuff and how much work they are.
Yes. I can't win for losing.
Cass
Congratulations,
says, shoot,
Cass.
that's me.
Tim, you're just a gem. Thank you. Thank you so much. Cass.
And then he says, what did I win? Oh, my God.
Oh, did you really? Okay, I'm going to show you in just a second because it's awesome. I'm also giving you my email address so you can email me screenshot showing that you won and your address. Because if you put it in my DMs, I'm now getting more DMs than I can keep up with at times. And it makes it really difficult for me to locate it when I'm standing at UPS. So
Hashtag popular.
that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's hard to find.
That all changes today, Cass.
It's my email.
Jeez.
Yes, thank you. Golly, I'm just going to.
Sorry, Chad. I get too many DMs. I can't keep up. All right.
All right. Where did I put this card so I can showcase? That's the real question.
First, he rigs the giveaway for himself, and then he can't find the card. Just rail on Justin Knight.
Yeah, rail on Justin. Okay, so I'll go ahead and show this then. This is what Tim did for me, a sketch card. Unbelievable.
Killer.
Isn't that great?
Killer.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Spicy meatball.
Yeah. And then he also produced a giveaway for the channel. And I think it's just as good. And it is Ghost Rider.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
it's incredible.
So, Cass, this is what you want.
No wonder why you
Ron's making me laugh.
I saw Panini VIP, too many DMs, influencer loaded boxes. What's next?
That's only the stuff I can tell you about.
You should have seen him with his entourage on the show floor. I tried to walk up and say hello, and I had to get through his bodyguards.
That's just not true at all.
I believe
my
Neo.
video shows.
That's what
Yeah,
Neo
I
texted
believe
me
it.
that he was hurt. Neo was really hurt.
I was like, look at this guy. I got to book they said, sorry, you have to book an appointment for later this afternoon.
That's right.
Yeah, Neo messaged me. He said, can you text Justin for me, please? Like, what the heck?
Yeah, see if I can get through his bodyguards.
Do you know my dad messaged me and asked for an appointment?
Oh,
Isn't that terrible?
It's because he tried to DM you and you're behind.
Stop. Kess, don't thank me. Thank Tim. Tim is definitely the reason you're getting that. For sure. But we have another giveaway. And
Diorama says next DeSantos is going to probably paint a mural inside your house.
Oh, diorama, what up? Yeah, right? Exactly.
That's awesome. I love that. My wife would not let it happen, though. I would welcome it, but she would shut it down. We have a signed Just Go 92.
Very cool.
Masterpiece. Not pack pulled.
Me.
Don't think that. But this is from Josh. Josh said, "Thank you for making great content for us to watch. Give this away on your channel, please."
Whoa, that's awesome. Hashtag Josh, thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man.
All right. So hashtag Josh. We'll do that. Hashtag Josh. And Josh,
cool.
yes, thank you. I hope you're
Chat
watching.
says drain your swimming pool and have him paint the mural at the bottom of the pool.
He doesn't want to paint my glass. Oh, Sydney says he got his Kith shoes today. That's great.
Oh, nice.
Oh, very nice. Who said that? Sydney did? What'd you get? What card you pull? Tell us everything, Sydney, please.
Storm is what he got.
Manu's like, tell me who it is. What'd you do? What'd you get?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm so mad. I tried to buy a t-shirt and I forgot because it was at the National. And I was 5 minutes late to logging into the app and they were sold out in like less than 3 minutes.
Oh, hands for letters. I was just joking with that hashtag. I love that it's in there, but you also have to do hashtag Josh, just the name to actually enter. Sorry, everyone. I confused all you guys. Love you all. But yes, thank you, Josh, very much.
Yeah, hashtag Josh, but thank you as well. I got these jambalayas while I was there. I'll save how that all went down for the video.
My pleasure, Diorama. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the book. He won something. He won a giveaway.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he did. He wins
Mark
a lot.
Jewelers. He's a winner.
So this is cool because I like to show this. Let it focus.
Don't you have that card? No, you have a version of that card.
Are you just trying to ruin everything?
Oops. Wait, didn't you buy that card a year ago and show it to us a dozen times already? I'm confused.
Why is this not focusing? There it goes. All right, so there's that. And there's that.
Oh, see, that's not even the one. Okay, great. Nice.
That's not even the one.
Manu's like not impressed. Not the card on the box.
No,
Josh,
I mean, I didn't ruin it because that's not the one I was thinking about. But that is
a real influencer would have the one on the box.
Neo, I'm enjoying your company this evening. I like
Hold on.
it. I like
Okay,
this
can we get something clear? Any influencer that has a box makes it an influencer box, right?
No, you're not. No,
and
only if Justin has it is it an influencer box. Whatever. Justin or Don Diego. That's it. Everyone else is just people with boxes.
Don Diego.
Whatever. Yeah. I open up 60 Spider-Man metal box and I hit nothing. Right, the whole time.
Nasty Gem. I know. I'm already prepared for it. Nasty Gem.
Anyways, that was a really special card. I really love it. I'm glad.
It's a beautiful card. It's an
card.
homage. It's an homage to his famous cover. I mean, in a sketch card form, pack pulled. That's a crazy piece.
It's a crazy piece, and it's it's colored.
Colored.
Like, I think that's really
special. Can we see it? Can we see it again? Because
Rittenhouse was the first time they really started getting into the color sketches, and John Romita has sketch cards from '98. But
98, 2001. But this is the first color.
97, really too. Yeah, first color.
97. But this is
hashtag Romita, everyone.
Yeah, not giving this one away. Him looking over his shoulder, which is the Spider-Man No More.
Yeah, famous, super famous cover.
It's just great.
It's a killer piece, man.
The one that Manu was referencing, he's looking this direction. So they're kind of like staring at each other.
It's stunning, man. It's great. It doesn't.
Diorama wins a. No, I didn't mean, Diorama says hashtag Manu Buzzkill. That package that I shipped you hasn't been delivered yet. I can reroute that thing, Diorama. Yeah. I'm just teasing. I'm just playing. That is what I do here, my friend. That's what
he says. Only just got back in the community. Back in the hobby. Love this community. Hey, very glad you're here.
Shout out.
When I was with Grayson, he said something this weekend that has stuck with me. He said, what we're actually trying to do is grow the pie, not grow our piece of the pie. I thought that was so good. trying to grow the pie, but not grow just your individual piece of the pie. And that's what I want to see. I want to see the hobby grow, like the pie just get bigger for everyone to enjoy. Yeah. That makes sense? Makes sense to me.
Yeah. Do you want to get diluted out though, or do you want your piece to grow as it grows as well?
Man, I just can't sit here and only think about myself. Just not in my nature.
That's a great looking card. Clean signatures too. Sometimes they're not.
There we go.
Man, what a sexy blue label. Imagine a company wanting to move away from that.
I can't even.
And it wasn't like on purpose that I didn't go talk to CGC. It just didn't happen this weekend while they were there.
I did some on-site grading with them.
Yeah.
For some sports cards. Steve, I don't know if you saw flipping. Steve got that sketchograph.
Yeah, he messaged me about it. He was like, "Tell me."
It looked actually looked really nice in the black slab, to be honest.
I know,
it looks great in the black slab.
He did message me the Spidey, but
yeah,
did he buy it or did he hit it in the pack?
He bought it there and then graded it at CGC on site.
Yeah, it looks great in the black. I mean, it looks great in the black.
It's just not about the black label. It's about like not even addressing or talking about it. And I saw Matt while I was there. But anyway,
I mean, they artfully dodged that question when I interviewed them.
Did they? Yeah, they did. But this card, it may not seem special, other than the Stan Lee auto, obviously. But Fausto can tell this better than me. But this is a redemption, right?
One of the very first redemptions, if the first redemption.
You don't count the original
card.
Yeah,
you don't count the original. That was the first time you could redeem a card. And what you had to do to get that card was miserable. You had to collect 22, how many sketchboard cards, including the elusive number 18, which had Spider-Man on it, and only 100 were made. And to find that sucker was a nightmare.
Yep.
Shout out elusive.
Yeah, elusive.
Yeah,
elusive. Yeah, it's elusive. But no, it's a beautiful piece, and it's I don't know. I talk to a lot of collectors, old school collectors. That is always consistently one of the cards they need to find, or they haven't found yet, or they only have one. And there's only 100 of those signs that exist, and 100 of the cards you have to send in to get redeemed. Tough.
Were they all redeemed?
So the story goes, only 100 exist. That's the story, and some were probably redeemed, some were probably swiped. You know what I mean? Towards the end, because probably not all 100 of those cards were found. So the only thing rarer than the dual auto is finding the card that was the redemption card, which is the same Spider-Man, but it's glossy. And if it's redeemed, it has a 4-letter code combination.
Right.
Great stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm very happy to have it. To get a Stan Lee auto, from the 90s that was on the Marvel card, Spidey card. Just fantastic.
Mike Ruingo too, which is an amazing artist. And to CGC's credit, in all seriousness, that was the first Marvel card to ever be graded by CGC. Instead of a PMG, instead of just what was the flavor of the month, they really looked at the 90s cards and picked something that was truly old school knowledge of Marvel and went with it.
Yeah.
Great piece.
Hashtag Josh, everybody, for the Just Go Spidey giveaway. VP says, I have great news. I just received confirmation that I was able to secure a spot for the Simone sketch card. How about that?
Congrats, VP.
Very nice.
Good job.
That's fantastic. Very happy for him. And yeah, let's get ready to give this away. Where did I put it already? That's the question. Stack of stuff. There it is.
My desk has been a living disaster for about 3 weeks.
Yeah, mine's rough right now. Just brought all the stuff from National and just set it down. Yep, Just Go signed 92 Spidey, courtesy of Mr. Josh Jensen. And I will pull up the giveaway. All right, good luck, everyone. I hope I don't win. Chris, Chris Rizzi.
Congrats.
Congratulations. Chris has won something before.
Has he?
Life, apparently.
Yeah,
Killing it.
Pretty sure he has. Yeah. Congratulations, bud. Where you at? You here? Make sure you take a screenshot of this. And like I said, I think you've won before, but email me and give me your address. And I will put up my email address again for you.
See, he says he hasn't. I thought maybe it was the first time, but he's with us. He's here.
Says he has not. Name is familiar for me. Feel like you have. May have put in for one night and then left. Doesn't realize it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
Late for the giveaway. Sorry, bud. You got that, Chris? You good? Sweet. Let's see. What else did I pick up while I was there? Oh. So I come home to the mailbox and Upper Deck had sent a box of beginnings
Nice.
to me. So it's that's twice in a row that I've been sent something and I'm in the wrong town. I'm actually where they're at and they mail it to my house. Happened with the Kiss shoes and now with the box of beginnings. I do want to open some cards tonight. I have the Rittenhouse Avengers and Rittenhouse Fantastic Four packs as well.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Charles says #loaded. Gonna pull another comic clipping for 3 redemptions.
God, I hope you pull.
Silver Surfer booklets in that box.
Dude, please,
you know what? And
please pull. Please
yes, I would love to pull the Silver Surfer booklet.
Fausto would love for you to pull the Silver Surfer booklet.
Yeah.
All right, let me get the
My
What
hell could
do
be
you
over.
desire from his collection? It's the top of your list.
I can
Yours.
stop looking at my phone.
I'll get the other screen up. Hold on, give me a second.
I actually did get a killer comic clipping from Beginnings for Surfer.
Already?
I got
That's
good stuff.
awesome.
It's not here.
Dude.
It's not here, so I can't show. But I have to say, like, yeah, Surfer's not in it, but it's killer. Very lucky.
I'm gonna sneak out pretty quick here because I got an early morning tomorrow. I just wanted to pop on for a little bit. Do we have a firm date for Masterpiece's release? I keep seeing mixed information.
It's probably the 10th, so it's probably happening. There's 2 places now.
So we do think it's the 10th.
I do think it's the 10th or the 9th. Yeah.
I noticed Justin got really quiet, which means he probably knows something.
I don't know something for sure. I just have no reason to believe it's not going to be next week.
Okay.
#he knows.
Oh yeah. Sorry. 2 more things.
I just keep seeing the 10th and the 30th bounce around. That's why I was.
I think
had
the
to pick
30th
some.
is only Steel City, and that's probably because.
But
I don't know who else got.
But Steel City, when you email them, this was 2 days ago, so maybe it's changed. But you ask them if they have masterpieces, they're still saying basically they don't have an allotment yet.
There's none in North Carolina, that's for sure.
See if I can.
Has anyone else put them up for pre-order besides David Adams?
That I know of.
Well,
of the big sites.
Sci-fi cards got a case or 2, and they did a lottery to decide who got those, which I didn't get.
Shocking.
Steel City's response was, "We have not made this available for pre-order and currently do not have an ETA. #we're going to sell nothing but breaks."
Or we'll put 1 box on the website for like $1,000 the day after release once the secondary market prices are established.
Yeah, there's going to be some stupid stuff there for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
But this is a Pop 3 highest graded PSA 966, so I had to grab it.
I think it's great, man. A 9 in that is insane. It looks really clean too. Yeah. Super centered.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, one thing I will say coming back from the National is I had a little more respect for PSA grades compared to some of the other companies, but it does seem like they were grading harsher than some of the other grading services.
All right, boys, I'm going to sneak out before you bust into this box because otherwise I'm going to want to sit and watch the whole thing, but I'm going to go watch it from bed.
All right,
I'll go watch it from bed. I'll go hang out and chat in bed, but I got to get I'm still catching up on sleep from the National.
Nice.
Hey, thank you for stopping by, Neo. It's always a pleasure.
Later, boys.
Later,
Yes,
pal.
Nice to see you.
Mark says, what? If you go to Blowout cars and put it on your wish list, it comes up for $1,000. Wow.
Sweet.
Not good.
And whoever coded their site is going to lose their job now.
Right. Mark knows what he's doing. Yeah, David, the Spider-Man Archives does look nice. I don't know that we'll get into it tonight necessarily, but I do want to go ahead and open up this. Again, this box was mailed to me by Upper Deck. And I wish they would mail them sooner. Because it's like this should be like a review box, like first box, you know? But in fairness, they were at Comic-Con doing the KISS stuff and then immediately Nationals, so a little delayed in getting them out. All right. We got our packs here. You ready, guys?
I'm excited, man.
Manu, you ready?
I'm here. Let's go.
All right.
Have you guys spoken about the checklist for MM and your thoughts?
No. Yes, we need to talk about that too. Gosh.
Yeah, I don't want to
watched
jump the
your
gun.
stream.
If you have a separate video, I don't want to jump.
No, let's do it. There's not enough time. There's like so much I need to talk about that I haven't had the chance to. There's our red parallels. We got a Fantastic
nice.
Four illustration board. I do like that.
That looks
Cool.
good. I like the illustration boards. That was a nice touch.
It's a great parallel. Yes, this was mailed to me by Upper Deck.
Dang, Ryan, I don't know. He's asking me a question that's going over my head, and I feel silly because I feel like it'd be funny to know
What's your
the answer.
Forrest Gump's password?
He said, what's Forrest Gump's password? 1 Forrest 1. Hey, Ryan, keeping me engaged.
That was good.
I like it. That's good, Ryan. Thank you.
Now I know exactly what he was doing. That's Ryan's way of saying so many things. I love you, Ryan. That's fun.
Yeah.
Also, too, Mark, if you collect the illustration boards, they're probably going to be like all the way through all three series. So it's going to be pretty exciting.
Sorry, Keith. I like these Flip FX, man. And then I saw this original art in person in New York. This is Jack Kirby.
Really?
Yeah, First Appearance of Ego. And he used mixed mediums to do it.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's really cool, man.
Isn't that great?
I think it's great. I love that. It's always nice to see Kirby art on a card. It doesn't happen crazy often.
Totally.
1 Forrest 1.
But
all right, let's see what we got here. Got a red parallel, like the blacks. Y'all know that already. Ooh, another man. We're killing the illustration boards. We got X-Men.
You're getting great characters for them. Wow.
Cyclops.
X-23 up in there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Can you guys address Mark's question about being compared to previous beginnings?
3 boxes of this in the mail tomorrow. How do you guys think this year compares with other years? I think there's good and bad. I wish they would have added holograms because they're doing so well now. They did great back in the day, but people have really brought them back as a resurgence. But I don't think the technology printing is there, or they decide not to do that. Hey, nice little match there.
Dude, that is a great match.
Get that. The thing that Beginnings has, the original Beginnings has, that is just so not ever going to be duplicated again, are the autographs. You had Stan Lee, you had some of the biggest. You had Gabriel Delato in there, which is a masterful artist now, super popular. A lot of good stuff back in the day. I think the clippings and the booklets are really cool. And I think that's kind of their, big move for Beginnings, modern Beginnings. But I will say I like the design. I think it's modern. I think the foiling is really clean on these. I love the colors and the foiling. It's a hard box to have a good hit at 225. I think 225 is way too high for this box. I think 150 is the sweet spot for this. But I think they don't totally compare, but there are some special things in this set for sure.
Onslaught.
Oh my gosh, Keith, you are my hero. Amazing Onslaught. Yes, I did, and I love it so much. I should have messaged you. I have to check my Instagram. I haven't been on all day. I got it. Thank you again so much for that, brother. The Collector Gallery Surfer has an auto card in the set, and it's from the writer of Silver Surfer for a pretty big run. Yeah, and Keith was nice enough to. Oh, they're so stupid good. This set, I think, it shouldn't be as expensive as it is right now. It's going to fall in price pretty hard, but I do see people collecting that full set because it's like one of my favorite design cards I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, that's really nice of him. Because it is.
RMS is the man. RMS is the man. Goot Vibes has been saying a lot of really nice things. Thank you, Goot Vibes. Appreciate it.
I've been hearing a lot that people liked Annual better than this. I have to disagree. Just because of the comic cuts and the autos and beginnings, I think are far better. But they're super rare to hit.
Card stock too, man.
I like this card stock. I don't know, man. I'm a big fan of these designs. I remember Grant telling me this. Geez, what feels like years ago now. The switch between the small image to the big image. That's sick too. What the hell?
She's not Surfer.
Who is that? What is that?
Well, Frankie Ray was a herald of Galactus.
Yep. I can't believe that card's in there. I have it.
Surfer is a herald. Yeah. So when he sends you out to look for planets, then you're a herald if he's giving you the power cosmic.
It's basically like servitude is how the comic books treat it. And it's kind of like a self-sacrifice. Some people do it for power. Some people do it to save their planet. Surfer did it to save his planet. Frankie here did it to save Earth. And Surfer kind of teaches her the ropes, and they become quite close. And she's a huge part of the storylines too. She's a wonderful character.
There's quite a few heralds, actually.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot.
Can we see that 2099 really quickly again, please? I think it was the last card in that stack.
Nice. Congrats about that.
Awesome.
I know, and selling these for $165. I just think that's a better price. I went to my local shop and spent $225 on a box, which I shouldn't have, but it was okay. It was a fun rip, and I wanted to support them, but still too much.
Yo, Rohan, what up? He says Galactus changed their names to Herald when they served him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got
all hail the board.
We have a penny sleeve.
Oh, so you got a transparent past. Yes.
I thought it was a sketch.
Please be Surfer. Please
be a sketch.
No, you got a Spidey. I'm so mad at you. That's amazing.
Wow.
Hey, Spot.
What is it?
Oh, my God. No, did you really get a Spidey? No. Go to the bottom.
Spidey hit!
Yes!
Oh, my gosh. That's cool.
And the first one. 1 out of 60 packs. And that's Steve Ditto. That's so sick.
So cool.
Congrats.
Ditko?
Yeah.
It should be a very, it's TP6. Perfect.
TP6.
So that's the first one. So there's 3.
Oh, there's a whole little
character. There's a bio.
Read it.
They're poorly written, unfortunately.
Oh, there it is.
After a TV producer assigned to more. Can you read that?
Yes.
Yeah, after a TV producer. Okay.
You do it.
I see promised. I don't see assigned. So after a TV producer promised to make Peter Parker a star, he sewed a Spider-Man costume to keep the mystery. Well, there you go.
These are written by the worst writer. I don't know why they let this person write this stuff, but these are so poorly written. It hurts. It painfully hurts.
What an awesome card.
But they killed the card.
Nice card.
The transparent pasts are amazing. Right now they're priced way too high, so I would wait. My suggestion would be to wait on the secondary market because people are trying to sell them for 100. I think that's too high.
Oh,
but the Spidey is awesome. Wait for E-Pack. A lot of them are going to come on ComC. I'm going to buy tons of doubles with Rohan, most likely, and Uribo.
That was great.
That's awesome. Congrats, man. What a good one.
Thank you. And we got our other hit here. Okay, we'll go ahead and show it.
Hey guys, how do I find the artists from Marvel 90 and 92 set Series 3? Research. A lot of research. It is not easy to find those names.
Got the lizard.
Oh, that's out of 99. That's awesome, I think.
I like how he turns into the Mario Brothers character before he turns into the lizard. It's fantastic.
Dinosaur.
27 of 99.
Nice.
This is the blue rainbow cosmic cube.
All number cards should be out of 99, not 100.
I like that.
Do you firmly believe that, Manu?
I'm 9.9.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
That's
my other Silver Surfer brethren.
We'll keep opening.
Oh, that's funny.
We hit a Spidey, guys. Happy.
How's the centering on these, Justin? They look good?
I haven't paid attention, to be honest with you. But I will look now. That one looks off a lot.
It is definitely off.
Why did you make me notice?
Well, someone asked.
That one is definitely to the right. Cool. Man thing. Yep. Blip. And then these. Manu, are you okay if we talk about the masterpiece checklist after this?
Of course, absolutely. I watched Fausto's video, and so I kind of know stuff that I wouldn't have known, so I won't feel so outside of the conversation.
Oh, thank you. I just haven't had a chance to talk about it yet. Like, even like in a one-on-one setting, very little. So, yesterday I had an employee quit Monday, and and it was someone who supports me, and so that just added to the amount of work that I have to do. And of course, Masterpieces is coming out, so I've just been very busy on top of my normal busy. But I am excited to talk about it.
I mean, I'm relieved. I saw the checklist. I was super relieved. I thought, no offense to Upper Deck, I thought they were going to bosh it. I thought it was going to be a complete mess. But they did exactly, in my opinion, what I thought was the right move. Kept the numbering. Tier 4 has the characters that it should be, and not just like, no-name characters in Tier 4 because it messes up the secondary market. I really think they did a lot of banger decisions. I don't like preserved amber too much, but that's an aesthetic thing. That's a bias. That's not real critique.
I like it, but I feel like I'm only one so far.
No, I've heard other people say they like it, and they're going to look like the gems, where the transparency has different like colors and stuff. It's going to look good. It has nothing to do with anything. The logo is a little just messy for me. Really, that's all it is for me. I love that, man. I'm so glad you got that, dude.
Me too. Yeah, did you have? Well, you're not at your computer. I'll pull it up. Oh,
you need me to pull something up? You tell me. Let me work. You guys have me on. Let me do a little work.
Oh, I forgot to mention, I got to meet Gary V in person. We got to have a conversation.
Oh, that was so cool.
I saw that.
Oh, that's one of his cards.
Yeah, so he gave me this. He was giving everybody. By the way, he was giving everybody stuff. So
still cool.
The Perceptive Puma.
Perceptive Puma, and look at the back. He's trying to be like me.
That's exactly right. He saw you do it, and he said, "I got to do this."
He put his own little pedigree on the back, which I think is pretty cool.
Gary Vaynerchuk, originally, what is it? What does it say?
Originally owned.
That's cool. Hey, but
I think that looks awesome, man.
It does look awesome. Meeting Gary, that's dope. I love Gary.
It really was. It really, really was.
T-Bear. Thank you.
It's when I'm meeting someone like Gary, all I can think about is, my gosh, he has to do this 87 billion times. Someone trying to create that he doesn't know at all, right? Trying to create a moment, of some significance in a span of 30 seconds, and having to relive that over and over again, but still come from a place of of wanting to contribute to it and not being on empty and wanting to be genuine and authentic at the same time. I think very few people probably do that really well, and he seems to just live in that space well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and absolutely.
It's really, really cool.
I'm really glad to hear that, Boris. I'm so glad you love that, man. That was a lot of work, and I'm so glad at least Marvel people got to enjoy that for the while we did. I'm glad you have that.
Those are the New York Comic Cons are special.
Yeah.
And they're extra special now because they're blue labels.
They're blue, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Fausto, let's do it, man.
Yeah.
So everyone knows, but if there's one who doesn't, we now have the official checklist for, which is, I'm going to say it, now being called 2022 Marvel Masterpieces.
Yeah, what is with that, by the way? Did I miss something?
That's how they put it up on the website when they released the checklist. So I think we're still to be determined if we're going to call it 2022 or 2023. You know, we called it 2022 for all the build up to it. Then when it was announced, there was some misunderstanding about how it was announced, that it's actually being called 2023 presents Marvel Masterpiece by DeSantos. Like this.
I mean, they've been having that problem since we saw the preview with you. That whole problem, you know what I mean? They were unclear back then. Yeah. Anyway.
And so it's like, what are we going to call it? Right.
Dan DeSantos' Marvel Masterpieces, which is how we should. Like, we should always refer to the artists as the Marvel Masterpieces. Just because, like, you know what I mean? Like, there are cards in 2016 that say 2013 on them because Joe had been working on it. Yeah, obviously why. But he had worked on pieces earlier and prior to, you know, the 2015 or 2014. So I think that's the way to go. So here's the checklist.
I mean, a piece of dark chocolate, everybody. Sorry.
Yeah, that's why I started talking. I was like, let me help Justin so he can get some food in him.
Good night, Mark. Praying for your recovery, man. You're going to be better.
Oh, sorry, Mark.
Wait, later, what happened?
Yeah, I know. Oh, I'm sorry, Mark.
Yeah. Had a big surgery, but it's going to be for the better. We're trusting it.
Yeah, I hope everything works out perfectly well, my friend.
Be safe, Mark.
You're welcome, buddy. Yeah, so look, first thing I want to say about Marvel Masterpieces checklist is that I was way wrong. Hey, pray. Yeah, we'll pray for you. Yeah, tier 4 Wolverine. Hey, I'm right there with you, buddy. Spidey. Actually, it's worse for me, but you'll find out more about that later. You know, when you were thinking about like what is Upper Deck doing, how much are they printing, you know, that and then you get the evidence that they're printing more because there's all these different new kind of parallel stuff going on in the set when it comes to the different battle spectras, the preserved ambers, when it comes to the new green parallel, or I think is what they're calling it. It's like, okay, yeah, this thing's just going to be massive. Probably going to go to some form of an unnumbered base. Like we might even get a retail part of this. Like this thing's just going to be printed to the moon because that's what Upper Deck's going to take advantage of, making the amount of money they're going to make. And really had no evidence for it to be headed in the other direction until probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. Began to hear that people were not getting allotments for boxes when they normally would get something. And that started making me concerned. Like, okay, maybe we're off on how much of this is printed, but still just not enough to really respond to. And, you know, if you start talking about how few boxes are in a format like this, it does things and you don't want to be a part of that. Right. And so we just really wasn't sure. But then to see this checklist, and for all intents and purposes, we'll get into the details, but to see the base structure of the checklist, which is the 90 card base set, still continued with the same numbering that goes back to 2016. I think maybe with a little bit of an exception on what ifs. If I remember correctly, I think what ifs may have a slight change. We have to look at that. I'll pull up one of the other checklists.
I'll do it now.
So we can look at it together. But and to see that we're going to get sketches in 1 and 3 boxes, so 4 sketches per case on average. began to bring back into focus, that this print run isn't getting that out of hand from what it has been before. And these new additional hits feel like they're taking up some of the sketch card position and the slight increase in print run, while adding what Upper Deck probably thinks will be a lot of value to the box. Long story short, and it may not land that way with you because people value things differently. They look at what they would spend money on differently. But from an Upper Deck standpoint, kind of top down is what they think adds value. Let's see. Key says, have we come to a hobby agreement on the total box run on EPAC and physical combined? There was a conversation in MCCW, but no definite answer. I would be shocked if anybody thinks that there's going to be an actual definite answer on what that will be.
So,
but go ahead.
There's no definite answer, but we've done the clown math since like 16 for various sets. Mm-hmm. And someone who I trust a lot, and I'm not saying this is correct at all. So please, again, grown up research mind here, don't just believe what I tell you. It's probably maybe like on top of 2018 was 900 cases, roughly. We think this is probably going to be 1120. You know what I mean? 1,120 or 1,150 cases. So like 200 cases more, a little less, or more than 200 cases more. And that's what we think it is. And that's because of people who are way smarter than me. And there are discussions that were on Blowout. There were discussions on MCCW as well. And a lot of people went ahead and looked at this. Is it true? No clue. Does it matter? It's a lot of money for a box. I don't know.
Here's what likely we can say is true. And correct me if I'm wrong. The scale in which the hobby has grown and the scale of which Marvel Masterpieces has increased its print run is not equal. It's not equal.
Right.
There are more people who want access to this type of product than the addition of boxes that have been created. And you look in conversations with Upper Deck and National, this box was, basically structured for the most part 2 years ago. And, there's, to them, like, predicting what the market's going to be able to demand in the future is tough. Because what it is now isn't necessarily what's going to be in 2 years. So in a lot of ways, I was hoping there would be more. I was kind of hoping for what I described about me being wrong in, because I want people to have access to the product. That's what I desire. I said earlier, I want a bigger pie, not a bigger piece of the pie. And that's not happening with this set. Long story short.
I do want to know something, because Keith says this, and I've been hearing this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how people know that for sure without any certainty. I don't know if there is someone who's saying that kind of stuff to them from ComC or Upper Deck. I think I don't think there should be any FOMO. Things will be added to this. There will be achievements to this. This will be on EPAC for more than 24 hours. If you didn't get a box, just wait for EPAC. I have a sneaky suspicion this is going to come out even sooner than the normal 3-month thing. I feel like something's going to happen there. That is just speculation, not 100%. Keith says rumors.
There's some
I don't
rumors
know if that's true.
There's some rumors about a potential sketch achievements that are being currently worked on by artists.
Yeah, there's things going on to make sure that this doesn't sell out so people get to enjoy this product. Because Upper Deck doesn't like, and I know this for a fact, because they said it to us, and I'm sure it was on when I was doing the podcast, which I'm no longer doing, or invited to be on. And basically, it was said that they don't want these things to sell out overnight. That is not their hope at all. They want people to be using the platform, and they want people to be able to have access to this. So,
yeah, just please don't FOMO into boxes.
Don't.
And be careful on EPAC, obviously. It's dangerous mistress if you get caught up in it, for sure.
Why does Upper Deck not tell us how many boxes they make?
There's something with trading cards, and these companies that make them. And it has to do with something called allotment. They can't treat it like gambling. That's why you get the odds, and that's why the odds have to be pretty close to what they actually are, because otherwise you're selling, false advertisement. You're coercing people to buy something that they'll never receive. There's some kind of transactional thing. I don't know if it's a law thing or if it's just a company privacy thing that they don't want to reveal X amount. It doesn't make a lot of sense. 92 Marvel Masterpieces, I think, was the first set to ever put a number on a box for Marvel cards, and they said 350,000 boxes. Is that right? I think 92 was the first time.
I think that gold sticker says 350.
That might be the first time they did it, and I think Bob Budiansky told me that, if I'm remembering that correctly. And then Rittenhouse did this beautiful thing. I don't know if it's on the Spider-Man archive box.
Yeah, we got them on here.
And I think the number's on there in silver, on a silver sticker.
Yeah, like the Avengers that I'm holding here, it has 8,000 boxes. The Fantastic Four has 8,000 boxes. The Spider-Man archives, give me a second, because
it's not legal. It's not like, I could do it for this box, they can't do it for that box. So it's not legal reasons that they can't tell us how many boxes there are.
It's weird that it happened for a while and then it disappeared.
8,500 for Spider-Man.
You know what I mean by that, Manu? You know what I mean? Like it happened and then it stopped. I don't know if are there any cards that are currently being made, any sets that are put out there that have numbers on them? Then it's not a legal thing. It's a choice of the company. It sounds like.
I think it's like
Captain Crossbot.
It's what do you have to gain by doing it as the company? You take on more risk when you do guarantees, because then if you don't deliver the guarantees, then you have some responsibility to compensate and the consumer.
Yeah,
that's probably more what it is. It could be because they don't want transparency. They want you to think there's less than what there really is, so that you'll.
That's a shame. That's very
buy more.
Not good.
Yeah, and I'm just calling it out because that's like worst case scenario.
It's a logical thought.
Yeah,
I agree.
Okay. So going into the checklist itself, let's focus on the numbering of the base set first, and then we'll look at the characters from there. So you've got it there in front of you, but there's 4 levels to the 90 cards in the base set. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 being the most printed, 4 being the least printed, and I'll also go through those numbers.
So every Masterpieces since 2016 goes in 4 levels. We call them tiers. Here they're referring to them as levels. So this is the base set, as you can see there, and this will have a silver border on the card. And the first grouping of characters up to 35x23, funny enough, no, Ghost Rider 36 is going to be 1,999. So basically 1,999 cards exist of this Ghost Rider. That's level 1. And then you're going to go to level 2, which has 1,499 copies of each character. And you're going from card number 37 all the way down. My eyesight's bad, so apologies if I mess this up. Card 66. And then starting on card 64, you go to level 3. 999 cards will exist of Emma Frost, Hope Summers, and so forth until you get to what we call tier 4, level 4 here, and it's 9 cards. And it's not, my wife's making faces at me, and it's awesome. 9 cards, and it starts with Doctor Strange. This is a really important part of the list we have to acknowledge. Each one of these cards are at 99. This is always the hardest part to make the base set. Something to note. You can do there's purple versions of this, and it's just a change in color and foil, and there's 199, and they're far cheaper, far more accessible, and most people make full base sets by just getting these in purple rather than the silver foil, just to put that out there. But we got Doctor Strange, Venom, Thanos, Professor X, Wolverine, Spider-Man, sorry Justin, Wasp, Thor, Captain America.
Yeah, sorry. Matt DiTilio was messaging me, so I had to send him a message back real quick.
That's important.
Yeah, they're very kind and happy about the channel tonight.
Are they good?
Was he telling you all the slots are filled?
I need to ask them.
They
I'd
should be.
imagine so.
They should be. Okay, so we have 1 through 4. Do you want me to continue going, Justin, or what do you want to do? Yeah.
Well, ultimately, I want to get through the numbering, and then I want to compare 2020 and see if any change.
So we have the base set. I'm assuming there's a change unless it was a typo, because apparently there are typos on here. I saw a few people mentioning that. I don't know. Some people copied and pasted into the the people for Cardboard Connection. There was some kind of copied and paste issue, and then it's missing here, or it was missing here. I don't know. So hopefully Upper Deck will confirm. But apparently the change is the what if, which I think you were referring to, right?
Yeah. So I'm just got 2020 pulled up, and the what ifs on that one. Let's get to it.
So it looks like tier 3 on the previous what ifs was $4.99, correct?
Yeah. I just scrolled right on past it, buddy. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Tier 3, $4.99.
It looks like either it's a typo or they changed to $3.99 here.
Interesting.
I'd be surprised if this is the only discrepancy.
What's level 2?
Level 2 is $999.
Yeah, so that would be the only change. Okay, well maybe it's just a typo.
I would assume it's a typo. I'd be surprised if they just, unless they need to keep the production that small to make the numbers even. There is someone I could ask, but like, I don't know. But that's what we see here. What's presented in front of us, it looks like tier 3 had to change the number. I am assuming it's a typo, but who knows?
Yeah, I think we should assume it's a typo until we get clarification, because everything else is the same, you know.
Yeah, everything else seems to be the same. And then the thing that did change, I'm assuming it changed, is the gold foil. So gold foil parallels here. This is the the auto that's on the card.
Yeah.
In gold, which is a tradition that started in what, 1994, Justin?
1994 with Hildebrandt would be the first year. Yeah, then 95, and then they stopped until 2016.
Yeah. So we have that here, and they did put here in 2016, from what I remember, and someone correct me if I'm wrong, these went in levels, like the characters. They're not hard numbered, but they went in levels and they matched the what ifs. So level 4 gold foil parallels for 2016 apparently matched the limited numbering of the what ifs. So there would only be like 50 of the Captain America. Here it says 1 out of 72 packs hobby and 1 out of 72 packs e-pack. So maybe that's a change as well. I don't know math well enough.
That's 1 per box, right?
No, there's only how many packs per box?
I mean, you said packs. I'm sorry. I was thinking how many cards.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Dang, that sucks.
Yeah, I don't know if that's changed or not, or how that goes. And they're tiered, so like
gold 6 are going to be.
They have been for a long time. Tier 4 gold 6 have always been hard to find.
Oh, tier 4 is 1 in 72. Not all.
Yes.
Not all gold 6.
Okay. No, it goes tiered. So
sense.
Level 1, tier 1 is 1 out of 2. Tier 2 is 1 out of 4. Tier 3 is 1 out of 12, so that's 1 box. And then tier 4 is 1 out of 72. And that's the 9 cards starting with Doctor Strange to Captain America.
Paul's Simone Bianchi sketch card commissions. There's 1 spot left. So if you're out there, you haven't claimed it yet, it is yours to reach out to Detilio Art Collective on Instagram or Matt Detilio on Facebook. Claim your sketch for $800.
That's pretty awesome. That's cheap. That's so good.
That's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of artists who you know, maybe say similar caliber that will charge more than that for a AP sketch.
Bianchi's the way to go. 100%. Charles said something here about the Wasp character. I will say it's so much better than 2020, where you have Ego as a level 4 character. And,
how about
and a lot of
Gargoyle? Great art. Don't get me wrong.
It has nothing to do with the art. It's the structure
art.
of the set. Like there's no art comment here. It's literally structure of the set.
Yeah, Keith's right. And they're giving you a payment plan option. Half now, half later.
Super manageable. From that kind of artist, this kind of caliber, this kind of like, no, super awesome.
If a pack pull Bianchi goes up on eBay right now,
you're paying 15, 2,000.
Yeah.
Or depending on the quality of the sketch. Yeah.
Low, what's up, buddy? We're doing what you've already done. You went through the checklist, but I haven't got to go through it yet.
Yeah.
All right. So tier 4, this time we get Spider-Man, Thor, Captain America, Thanos, Wolverine, Doctor Strange, Venom, and Professor X and Wasp. I nailed them.
You nailed them.
I got them nice. What an amazing.
It's a great lineup.
The Wasp seems to throw everybody off, and I get it. I totally get it. I do think there are some females in there who really felt like they would want more of a tier 4 category. Dark Phoenix comes to mind. Rogue comes to mind. Jean Grey, Ghost Spider, obviously.
Psylocke.
So yeah, but at the same time, if some of those are in the tier 4, man, that whole thing just gets so expensive to collect those 9 cards.
I think it's a good balance. There's 2 characters here, Professor X and Wasp, that, are not tier 4 level, but I will say it's nice to throw it off because the fact that Psylocke is tier 1, the fact that X-23 is tier 1, and like some other big ones, Rogue, Jean Grey, Kitty Pryde, like the fact that you get to have those as a base card and not have to deal with the people who are going to be hoarding stuff, it's a really nice change of pacing. Captain America is always going to, you know what I mean? Like these guys were always going to be tough, but it's nice. And Ghost Spider barely made it out of there alive.
Yeah, you're right.
Barely.
Yeah, I know. Still going to be rough, but
yeah,
it would be good.
But so there you go. So it's going to be great. So then you got the set repeated in purple, and each one of those cards is 1 out of 199. And that set, is really rare because a lot of cards that are only out of, the cards that are out of 2000 or 14.99 or whatever, here they're only 199 copies. And again, this is just a change in color. It's just a preference thing, and it's how much money you want to spend on this thing. It's not like the art changes. The art is consistent through the set. Customize, choose how to make this, and proceed on carefully. Legendary Orange Foil are all out of 99, consistent with previous sets.
Sweet.
And then the new one.
Sweet. And then the parallel that's different is the out of 25.
Yep. And then they're calling it the Emerald Green Foil Parallel.
Emerald Green Foiled Parallel. I'm curious ultimately like where cost is going to be on that set and how people going to take it like serious. I mean, when there's only 25 of them, can you really collect it? Is it just going to be part of your character rainbow chase? So some are going to be expensive, some are not. It's going to be that kind of thing going on.
It's going to be the same level as the people who did the metallurgy sets, because those were also out of 25. So I think that's the kind of competition you're looking at.
Manu, what's Diorama talking about?
I mean, he says after listening to the last couple episodes of It Came From the Newsstand, which is the podcast with me and my friend Dave, West Coast Dave Avengers, he says, Manu has been thinking about the next comic book sale this whole conversation. He's making a wonderful joke about how this is the conversation that Fausto and Justin are very invested in, very involved in. This language and this figuring out the cards is something they're very interested in. And so, and I'm honored to be allowed here. And Diorama Rama is noticing and saying Manu is probably just thinking about which comic book to grade or sell next. And some of that is true, some of it is not. I'm also absorbing all of this so that if anyone does ask me a question about some of these cards, I will have had some education and have some way to talk about it, but I just love that. And thank you for listening to the podcast. That means the world to me. And I'm really glad that you won that Mark Jewelers. It's an awesome book. And actually, Dave would like you to sell it to him because he's quite upset that I gave it away.
That's awesome. Did you see the 1984 Marvel Superhero Secret War stickers? Yeah, I feel like I've seen those.
Haven't we? Yeah, I think so.
That's a comment that's been repeated a couple of times, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just now seeing it. Is there a particular place I was supposed to see them at?
Is that the Nationals? Is that something he's talking about, the Nationals?
I mean, I saw a lot, but I don't. The 74, 76, the 76. Yeah, 76. Stickers are the one I probably saw the most.
Oh, is that what they had? That's pretty great.
Yeah.
Ryan, I gave away a book on my Instagram page like 2 weeks ago. I said, if you follow our podcast page, it came from the newsstand. On the 31st, I'm going to randomize out of our followers someone to receive that book. And Stuart won, Diorama Rama won. And the book was Marvel Tales 224, I think is the number. I might be mistaken. It's a Todd McFarlane cover, Spider-Man and Doc Ock. Really rare book. In high grade, it's a rare book. It's not a rare book in itself, but what made this one so rare is this was a Mark Jewelers insert, and it is quite odd to have found that, and I thought that'd be a perfect incentive to get some people to follow the page and hopefully stick around and give that away. So that was actually done on Instagram. We're just talking about it because Diorama's a friend of the channel, friend of the show.
Awesome, love it.
That's great. So what do you think about all this, Manu? I'm interested. What's going through your head?
I have to be diplomatic, and I have to say I'm just happy for my friends that they have something to be happy about. That's what I got to say. I want to see the cards when they come out, and I want to buy the ones that I like. And if the price of something doesn't seem reasonable, I'm not going to lose any sleep not having it. It's not a big deal to me. But to know that you guys are so invested, interested, and think about it in such an analytical way, like in terms of like how many boxes, it's actually, it was an eye opener for me. Like, I consider myself a card person, right? But then to tell the truth, I'm a bit of a couple of things. And then like yourself and some of the people that are part of the community, you guys are like really card people. Like a checklist comes out and it's like, now we've got something to get together and talk about. And I had to gain that perspective. I had to say, in all honesty, yeah, I'm a card person. No one can take that away from me. I've been collecting cards since I was a kid. But there's a community of people that are like in there. And I just have to observe it and be like, no, this belongs to that group of my friends. They're so dedicated to it that's just what it is, right? And so for me, I look at a set like this, and originally when I first started looking at these sets, these modern Marvel sets and how they were constructed, I was like turned off by the whole thing. Like, man, I've voiced all of those opinions before, but I've somehow found some way to remove myself from like my opinions about the construction of them, the marketing of them, and then just to appreciate the fact that I have friends that are smart enough to make their own decisions, right? I'm not going to spend anyone's dollars for them. To each their own, and enjoy it. And I should feel blessed just to be able to enjoy it with them, through them, and see my friends be happy. I don't have to involve myself in it to a very serious degree. I don't have to engage with the product if I don't think that it's something that's calling to me. And I don't have to be, I don't have to feel left out if I'm not in the group ripping open the boxes and stuff, right? And again, it just makes me really happy that if I wanted to pop into a feed, you guys would allow me on a screen. But then also I want to be cognizant of the fact that if I'm not bringing value to the screen, why do I have a little square on the screen, right? Let my friends enjoy their thing. I appreciate it.
Perspective though, like, I'm glad you brought it up because you should, because this is the perspective for a lot of people. Man, 2016 burned me. I hated masterpieces. Right at 16, you know what I mean? It wasn't until I saw Bianchi's art on 2018 that I was even excited. And the set that I collected for 18 wasn't, I I bought everything. I was really excited. But it was the PA set, the preliminary art set that I bought like straight out. Like, and I still have, and I, have like the master binder and everything like that because I love that set so much. But Masterpieces
Ryan listens to the podcast. That's what's happening here. Thank you, Ryan.
I love it.
Carry on. I love this conversation. This is a nice way to keep me a part of this conversation. So please, what were you saying?
No, it's just it's one of those sets that people. There are certain sets that come out that very quickly are controlled by a very small group of people. Mm-hmm. And how that small group of people interacts with the set is the tone that the set kind of leaves behind until eventually the dust settles 6 months in and people get to go back and enjoy it. You know what I mean? So it's just Masterpieces has been that since 2016. Like, it just has been. It's been super. It's just one of those types of sets. You know what I mean? It's rough.
No, I understand. I said this recently. Masterpieces as a brand is extremely significant to me, right?
Yeah.
But I've evolved into a person that just because you stamp a brand that I once fell in love with or remember, have an emotional attachment to, once you stamp that brand onto something new, my internals don't automatically fill in with all the warm and fuzzies that the last 30 years created for me, because I remember and actually love from my childhood a set of masterpieces. But then what I see in the community is that is enough. The branding, the stamp of it is enough to get everyone to say, but this is Masterpieces. But when I think about Masterpieces, I don't think about a product. I think about my memories and how I feel. How could any memories and feelings be attached to something that hasn't even come out yet? Right? So I feel detached from the excitement. And that's when I have to get the perspective and say, but wait, that's because the way that I operate as an individual, what I get excited about or what makes me feel whole or involved is a little bit more of an independent venture. And I have to remember, no, the community aspect is really important for a lot of our friends, right? Being able to come together and talk about something that has yet to come out. Majority of the people that are so excited about this have not even seen much of the art, if any. I don't know, right? And so that's, like, for me personally, like a disconnect. Like, everyone's excited about an idea, but then I have to remember, who cares what it is? If it's an idea that's got people together excited, an actual product, who cares? I have to remember the fact that people are together and happy and spending their time in a way that makes them feel part of a community, excited about something. I should just be grateful that exists, rather than trying to impose the fact that, guys, you ain't even seen these things yet. What are you clapping so loudly for? Right? But that's like this curmudgeon in me, like that word.
I mean, it's the right perspective. It's the right perspective for anyone who's paying money for something they haven't seen. You know what I mean? And so much of this stuff that me personally, that, coming on here and looking at the checklist, the reason I'm excited to do it on camera is because it's usually me and like 3 or 4 other people giggling to ourselves like, oh man, they did it. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not this like massive, like you were saying, right? The really beautiful thing, which is like this kind of community moment, right? Where like there's all these different fractions of people who are getting to be like, yo, this is happening. This is how they did it. This is fantastic. I'm so glad.
What I wish. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're not cutting me off.
What I wish, if these cards are being released in a way that I would feel really great about, would be, I would remove a lot of the gamification from it. No, not even the gamification, actually. That might exist, whatever. One second, I gotta choose my words carefully. What would make me very happy is to have a company that had the passion and the right people in place to not have to monitor the community or talk to the community or figure out what the community wants. Like, have part of the members of the community employed, design a set that they have an internal understanding that the community would like. It's not going to be, if you get the right people together, they know what people want. It's when you don't get the right people together that we're like, what are you guys doing? But anyway, I digress. I would like to have a company behind closed doors, design a set, don't even tease the set. Tell us when the set's coming out. Let the set hit stores and let us discover the set. Guys, did you see it? The boxes are out. Or did you? The thing that turns me off is, I've said it openly, it's not the cards, obviously, because I haven't even seen them yet, and these cards are going to be beautiful. It's like the FOMO. It's like we create FOMO 2 months before the thing, and everyone's like, when's the pre-order? When's the drop? What's this? What's that? And then I feel like we've feel like we're a little controlled by that, right? See, this is what I didn't want to do. Dang it, Fausto, you made me tell these
This is
things.
what you need to do. What's wrong with Manu?
Well,
like,
I feel like we need to do it too, but it's a time and a place. This is, you guys are
This
going
is
over
the
the
time
checklist. This is not supposed to be the time or the place.
Dude, this is the great thing about Spidey Hits, and poor Justin hasn't spoken for like 20 minutes. But this is the best thing about Spidey Hits, right? Is that, and this is what you guys do together. You know what I mean? Like, you and Justin are having these perspectives back and forth. These are the conversations everybody's having. You know what I mean? If these are not happening publicly, then they're only happening in the shadows, and that builds up resentment, and that builds up hostility in the hobby. You know what I mean? This is exactly the conversation people need to hear happening on a very real level.
And there needs to be shown that there's room for both, or different, let me say it, not both, but like different opinions respectfully.
Yeah. I know. And Justin and I talk about this. This is what Justin and I do, but over the past few weeks, or maybe more recently in the past few weeks, I have been, this would be being very vulnerable on the stream, I have been feeling as though I've overstayed my welcome within like the core of the community, just to be completely honest. It's like, that's how I've been feeling, because I'm not that excited about this stuff, man. Like, it doesn't matter to me. It's like, let them come out, see if they're good, buy what you want. Who cares? Like, why is everyone so worried about whether they're going to get a box, who's going to rip it, what channel? Like, relax, guys. There's going to be 30 more products. And the more excited you get, the more they're going to raise prices on you, the more they're going to make you jump through hoops, the more you're going to get a runaround. Why don't you let them earn your money? You're throwing it at them before you even know what they're giving you. I think that's absurd.
Yeah, it is. I mean, no one should be buying. Look, the only people, I've seen the art. I've spoken to Dan. I've known about the art since December. You know what I mean? I've had this whole other experience.
You guys got me going, man. I'm sorry.
I love this. Please. The way it should be, man. Like, I'm excited about this for very different reasons. And I think a lot of other people are excited about this for a multitude of reasons, like you said. And I understand what you're saying about the company feeding off of this and continuously this happening, but really, this is an individual's kind of like decision. You know what I mean? If this is not for them, and like you said, if this is not the thing because you want to see the set in person before you make any real decision, that's why you wait. I don't think anybody should be buying a box based off anyone else's excitement. It seems very strange that people would do that. I've never once watched someone's excitement about something and be like, let me go spend money I don't have. You know what I mean? It's funny to me to see people get upset about that, because I'm like, no one's telling you to buy it. You know what I mean? That's not the conversation.
No one is telling anyone to buy it, but we talk a lot about what brings people to collecting. And it is a loneliness sometimes, or an emptiness that they're filling in with these beautiful things. Mm-hmm. And some people that are feeling like this is the way to I don't know the right word, so hopefully what I'm trying to say is being communicated without me communicating it. But the FOMO is real. You know, you don't have to tell someone to buy it to make someone think, man, how am I going to get my hands on this stuff? Right. And Fausto, you do a really good job, you know, of what you just said, like being honest about it, you know, stopping in the middle of a stream and saying, guys, I do think this is overpriced though. Don't get me wrong. Right. And so I could really appreciate that. But that does get lost in the excitement. Like someone left a really, David Bishop says here, I think some of the excitement stems from the interviews with Dan and his process, of course. The snippets we've seen are great, absolutely. But it's great to get a fresh, differing take. Well done, Manu. So I appreciate that. And he's right. Like all of the great bits of content that come out, I think do more for creating excitement, and the few times compared to the excitement that we say, be careful though, it's easy for that to get overshadowed, right? Like you got a 3-hour video of excitement, and then there's 20 or 30 seconds of like a warning in there. But I'm just saying, I really appreciate that you take the time to do that. And I think anyone that's listened to you at length or asks you an honest question, you definitely share that, right? You definitely say that. But I can't ignore what I learned very quickly from my tune changed after Spider-Man Metal. When Spider-Man Metal was coming out, I was a part of the excitement. It was my first time being on YouTube with the card community, excited about the set. And as soon as the set dropped, I realized why I'm not going to do that again. Because people that had nothing to do with cards were excited because of my excitement, did invest their money into the sets. And I've said this before on the stream, and then I'm getting pictures of like, 15 cards out of the box, and like, did I make my money back? What's it worth? And I have to tell them, you took a massive loss. None of those cards are worth anything. Don't grade them. Enjoy the fact that you got to open a box. But going into that, I didn't realize that's what the outcome is for the great majority. It was my first go at a set newly structured and overpriced on the market. And so I decided, well, I'm not going to promote something that quite frankly, I think should be distributed a different way. And so that changed things for me. But once a set comes out and I discover what bits and pieces of it I like, I get excited. Like, I picked up the Bianchi cell, right? I didn't open up. In fact, Azza sent me 2 boxes of this. I wouldn't have opened anything if it wasn't for Azza, because everyone knew where I stood on it. Plus, I'm not like a huge Avengers guy, so what am I going to do, right? But I knew that there was this Bianchi cell of Venom, and so I just bought it on eBay. Yeah, it was expensive, but it's better than trying to pull it. Found it and got it. Or so.
Yeah, I don't do the gambling thing either. People know this. I've said this tons of times. I've opened maybe 10 boxes my whole life. You know what I mean? And I've purchased maybe less than 7. You know what I mean? I am just not a product buyer that way. And, a lot of the stuff I do on my channel and the stuff I try to do here when I come on too is character collect and curate my collections and pick what I do. This for me here is not FOMO. This for me here is creatively considering how I'm going to collect the set. And that's what it means to me. It's not FOMO. It's more like, how do I attack this and still have fun regardless of that?
This comment here from Kess, it says, a fool and her money is soon departed. Anyway, right. The reason I bring this comment up again is because, Fausto, this doesn't apply to you, right? You are able to, I don't know if compartmentalize the word. You're a very sophisticated, intelligent person. You're a thinker, okay? You know what you're doing when you're doing it. That doesn't apply to everybody, bro. And when you got like 2,000 people watching a video, how many of them intellectually are thinking about it the way that you are? Or how many of them are like, man, this seems cool, I'm going to go find this. Like, I mean, in all honesty, these videos are the marketing for Upper Deck. All of the videos leading up to a set is the advertising for Upper Deck.
But here's the irony. This conversation is what leads those people to have that revelation. You see what I mean?
I like that.
The fact that you're here, the fact that you're saying this stuff is completely changing the script. You know what I mean? Upper Deck doesn't control the community. You know what I mean? These conversations, like let's be honest, Upper Deck doesn't do anything for the Marvel card community. They mess up titles. The zooming on the cards is wrong. Quality control is crap. That's a fact. You know what I mean? There's a lot of mess ups. There are things wrong in this set, mislabels, wrong cuts. There are things up that are going everywhere, right? So the only entertainment we really have is each other, and are the conversations you and I are having now, which I think is awesome. You know what I mean? I'm so happy that this happened, dude. This is the way it's supposed to happen. You know what I mean? Sitting here and looking at this and having this conversation out loud, the people who are there who are looking just to be part of something and willing to take money they don't have to be a part of something, which I feel sad for. I don't want people to be put in those precarious situations like you're saying. This conversation, they'll be like, you know what? I can still be here and I don't have to spend money. And I think that's exactly what it should be. You know what I mean?
You could enjoy the art without owning it.
100%.
You can like VP is saying here about enjoying the box breaks. Enjoy the box breaks.
That's
enjoy
the way
them
to
as
do
entertainment.
it. That's the way to do it.
Let someone else rip open their $600.
Dude, it's art. If you just right click, save as, and you're good forever. That's it.
You know, but also I've come to a place to be this sort of person. It's the same reason I can sell things that are one-offs, and people are like, how do you do that? And I say, well, it's gone, but it's not like it's not with me. You know, it's a weird thing, but that's just what it is. What am I doing with it? It's not my blanket at night. You know,
Yeah.
I love it. I loved it. I still love it, and I'll go after it again. But I just like engaging, and engaging with watching box openings is a way of engaging, right?
Yeah.
And so, but that's the perspective I've chose to take. Like, I'm going to celebrate my friends and the smiles on their faces. You know, last week Justin and I had a bit of an argument, and it was my criticisms of the clipping, of the jumbo clipping, right?
It was a fun argument.
It was well, I don't want to have it if it's not a fun argument, you know?
Right.
Like, I want it to be fun. I want the passion to be part of the fun. And now here we are a week later, and dynamically, I'm not going to poop all over it because Justin just pulled the redemption at the National.
That's the conversation you were referencing?
That was the whole conversation, yeah.
Okay.
Like, it doesn't matter because at this point, like, no one can take that memory from me.
And I choose to celebrate the smile on Justin's face, not the redemption card.
Yeah.
I have to take that stance, or else I will poo-poo on the parade. You know?
Okay. I can handle it.
And no, Justin, of course, can handle it. But I don't want to alienate anyone else. And I do believe that we have a community that is sharp enough to make the right choices with their finances. There are few people that probably will make irresponsible choices. But I do think we have a community that's responsible for themselves, and all is well. I do wish that, no, that's the end of it. I really enjoyed this conversation. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Lots of poo-poo, Perma says.
Lots and lots of poo-poo. Yeah, man. I appreciate this conversation.
I do too. I do too. I just wanted to read what Off-White Tim said, because I really appreciate it. He said, Manu, your hyper sense of responsibility and accountability is incredibly endearing. Your perspective is needed. And I appreciate that. And a lot of our friends have said very kind and supportive things, and I appreciate it. Because I'll be honest with you guys, I forget sometimes. I just think, you know, I just forget. So that means a lot to me, and I appreciate it. And I will try to continue to be thoughtful in delivering my opinion. And if ever I say anything that even, you know, seems to hit as disrespectful, just let me know, because I'm human, right? And I'll say emotional things, and if they're not the right thing to say, just check me, and I can have a reversal. I think that's an honest way to go about things.
Yeah, 100%. There was a comment that I wanted to pull back up because it kind of resonated with me in light of what you guys were saying. And it was in reference to how people enjoy football, like the levels in which they enjoy it. You kind of have like the purist who's like, got to be in person. Like they're literally watching the blocking and tackling at the snap of the ball. You know, they're trying to see, did that interior lineman make the cut and get the block? Because, you know, like the idea is that's where the game's really won, in the trenches, you know, that kind of thing. And then you have the other viewer who's there to see, like, where all they're watching is the ball, right? Did the quarterback get it? Is he dropping back? Is he making the long pass, right? Is he doing a toss to the halfback who's making a juke and making the linebacker miss and getting to the secondary? You know, they're watching for the big play aspect of it. And they love to be there and see it in person with the big play. And then you have the other, like, viewer who's, you know, at the event because of everything that leads up to it. You're in the parking lot, you're tailgating, you're cooking, you're drinking. And if you're an LSU fan, you don't even remember the game because you're so drunk by the time it actually happens at 7:00 at night. Right.
Wow. He's not going to reference.
True. Like that happens so often. I don't drink personally, but it happens a lot. Sure. Then you have You have the other people who's like, I'm never leaving my couch.
What Ryan says, FYI, Justin is explaining football, Manu.
Is that what's happening?
Because I'm
like, it's gone.
Then you have the other fan who's like, I'm not leaving my couch. I'm not one of those idiots who's going to like stand out in the elements and the heat and the rain, have to deal with traffic there and back. If I'm not going to be able to watch it on an HD, television screen with my favorite food and beverage and nobody bothering me, I'm not going to watch it, right? I can't enjoy it any other way. And then you have the other fan who it's everything around it, the buildup, the soap opera, the storylines, who's hurt, who's injured, who's messing with somebody's girlfriend, outside, and there's like inner turmoil inside of the locker room, who's being traded, who's an up and comer, who's the prospect. It's all these details. And then they play fantasy football too. So they're not only doing that with their team, they're keeping up with the players of all these other teams while they're watching. They've got like 3 or 4 or 5 different fantasy football leagues going on with money on the side. Like this, just different levels of ways in which people enjoy it and experience it. Right. And like, whose is better? Whose is the best?
No one can answer that because it's a personal answer.
And it can change, right? Like circumstances
change.
If I have unlimited resources, like I might want to go to all the games and be in the, in the box seats, right?
Yeah.
Or I might want to be 50-yard line right there on the field with some, passes onto the field. But if I have a small budget, it's like, I'm just going to sit here in my chair and just really be thankful that I've got a good place so I can watch it and enjoy it. And for me, like, that there's elements of that in the hobby. And it's important for me not to lose sight of thinking that my way is the way for it to be enjoyed at its peak enjoyment, right? And that someone else's way to do it is somehow less or even more. I think finding your place that really aligns in your world, and there's a lot around that. Money's just part of it, right? But what does it mean to align in your world for you to enjoy it? And my desire is, as someone who came into the hobby and, back into the hobby, I should say, I just felt like there was something missing in the space. And YouTube was a big part of that, where people who didn't have means and ability and are, the knowledge of where to find the product, where they could enjoy it. And the Spidey Hits channel, I think, I wanted that to be a place where people could, all around the world, like log into YouTube and at some point on a regular basis, find a way to continue to enjoy these collectibles, these trading cards, and, the community is around that. The trade-off for me and the alignment that I get is I get the moments and memories and I get them recorded. And it's like a journal. Like I literally have a living journal for the last 2.5, now going on 3 years, that I will be able to relive, Lord willing, if I live to be 70 or 80, right? With maybe some grandkids at some point, which I think is really cool. But that's just my way of enjoying it. That's just the way I want to be a part of it. So I'm kind of like the fantasy football guy, who's studying all the teams and the players and the build up, and I'm keeping up with the storylines that's going on behind the scenes. Cause like I get to enjoy that, and I get to talk to my buddy, about it. And the rest of the world be like, this is kind of crazy that they're in that deep. Right. But I enjoy it a lot. The relationships that spurn from that is just incredible. Like,
what the heck you just say?
Spurn.
Okay.
Like spurn. Yeah, whatever. I just made up a word. See, you learn something new every day.
It's probably just a word I didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like you can't, like, for me, the things that have happened for me in Marvel cards, in this community, in these relationships, it's just so unbelievable. I can't even, it's hard for me to even describe the amount of gratitude I have because of how much being in this space has given me. Right.
I mean, you've dedicated yourself to it so much. You've manifested so many things. I mean, look how many flights you take. Look how hard you work. Look how much content you make. You think it's not an accident. You don't get lucky. People don't. all of the contacts in your phone didn't just fall in there. You went to every corner of this country looking for Marvel card collectors, engaging with them, creating content that could be seen and distributed around the world. It's not by mistake. You put in the work that led to the results, right? That's what manifestation is. Putting in the time and energy to make it happen, not sitting on your couch and hoping it happens, right? And so that's why you are Spidey Hits. That's what this channel has become. And that is something, being close to you, knowing you, being a friend to you, I can take for granted. I can lose sight of that. I just see my friend geeking out over something.
Right.
I don't know if everyone here, but that's because I know you personally. I'm like, relax, Justin. But then I have to remember, this ain't your friend Justin. This is freaking Spidey Hits. It's what he does.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perspective.
Love it, man. Tim, I appreciate you, buddy. Tim's being very kind. And Perna thought I said sperm. Yeah, it probably sounded like that.
I knew what you said, but I wanted to take the moment to throw that out there, hoping a comment like that would pop up.
So I think most of the people that have been watching the channel for some time know that I pay for professional coaching, typically in the realm of leadership, right? In 2020, when I started the YouTube channel, I had a professional coach leadership coach, who actually has been a professional athlete and all this kind of stuff. Really incredible guy. And when I told him I was going to do the YouTube channel, he's like, yeah, I won't be surprised if like a year or two, you're like #1 in whatever space you're in.
He knew what kind of person you were?
He did. And what he also did was create just a sense of possibility and belief. Like, and it wasn't something I sought out to do. I think people know me, know that's not that's not it. That's not what motivates me. But it was was pretty special to hear him say that. And then, when things would then begin to happen, I was like, yeah, this guy, how did he know? Like, what did he see? It's just been, seeing that come together has been really, really cool. And I was a little embarrassed going through, and you may see some of this or hear some of this on the video, but when I'm going through national, Grayson would like introduce me to these people with, with like, hey, this is Justin. He's like the #1 YouTuber in the Marvel non-sport space. And it still doesn't feel like it fits. You know what I mean? Like, as he was saying, I would try it on like a piece of clothing, and it still just doesn't quite fit me yet. But it's still also very humbling that in to me, what is a short period of time to be, no one in the space, to being at national and having people introduce me in that way, just is really incredible.
Yeah. I can really appreciate the position that you've put yourself in. And I think it's admirable. And I think when you say, like, him describing you in a way or introducing you in a way and it doesn't quite fit, that's really beautiful, right? Because it shows a sense of humility, and it shows a sense of feeling unaccomplished still. And the unaccomplishment pushes you further. And it's really nice to not recognize that you could just be like, well, I done it, and then you'd just be lazy and stop. But Justin's not really built on lazy and stop, is he? So,
yeah. I'm not. And look, there's a lot going on in my world that could have this YouTube channel like virtually slow down or stop, and one of those is that, we were on the phone with New York-based talent agencies this week for Ashlyn. We're actively talking to her school. I had lunch with the head principal today on how to be prepared for a modified schedule, where she has to go remote if we're going to be flying back and forth to New York, and she starts, working entertainment gigs. And so, there's a lot. And if that happens, of course, Marvel cards will take a back seat easily in my life for her. So, and who knows? And then, if that happens, my desire is that there's just continues to be people in the space that meet the need that the hobby has for growth and enjoyment and community building and knowledge sharing and encouragement. And hopefully, with that comes positivity and something that's a little marvelous for everybody.
That's awesome.
I hope the content doesn't stop. But if it stops for that reason, I can't be angry about that.
No. She's She's far too talented to take a backseat to any Marvel content.
But you be careful. Fausto's coming for that #1 spot. You see him getting his content game together.
No way.
Listen, the guy's got branding. The guy's got a template. The guy's got a whole gig, and I didn't even see it coming. All right, he's cooking over here.
No.
Hey, so Fausto's on IMDb for a reason.
Oh, you son of a!
I want to see. Fausto on
you
the
see his IMDb? Okay.
There is only one Justin Underwood in my book. I remember first talking to you. I was doing some content. I was doing some things. I've been doing the job, but not anywhere near. You ever even come close to what Justin's been doing. And Justin's not only been consistent, even when people were, quite frankly, really mean and picking on him. And Justin still remained positive and did
Only
not.
I'm allowed to do that. Sorry.
I will say Justin never. I never seen Justin stoop to any of those levels, and that's good.
Man, I have been given too much to do that. Like, and what I mean by that is like I've been forgiven too much. Like, but I'm no better than anybody. Like,
no, it's not about that. I think people just are. I don't know. It's cool to do this stuff, and it's cool to sit here on YouTube and to sit in and listen to people chat and stuff like that. But, it's another thing to just look at someone, judge them for what they say, and not realize they have a whole life on their own, because life is hard.
It is.
I don't think people are kind enough to realize that, or empathetic enough to realize that everyone's dealing with really hard things. And I think if we just all took a second to realize that everyone has their own problems and appreciate that, they even spend the time to talk this stuff about Marvel cards. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's a lovely thing, that a group of people who don't know each other get together for 2-3 hours and just escape a little bit with each other and just have a laugh and have a good discussion and just talk. I don't know.
Love it.
Yeah, definitely.
And
group hug, Perma says. Group
hug. Group hug. And I'm, for one, am excited to do that around Marvel Masterpieces. I'm excited about what I foresee as the potential for the moments that can be created around it. I'm aware that the reality of me getting a bunch of Spider-Man cards from this is likely not going to happen. That part's going to be painful. So I'll have to find other ways to enjoy it.
Trade night.
Yeah.
Trade night.
You can count on me to do that.
Stuff out, man.
When's the next trade night?
We're waiting for So we wanted to wait.
Okay.
Justin will be there. Justin and I already spoke. There's going to be a whole thing happening on Justin's channel. And if it's still a go, of course, if we've already spoken about this, but if it is still a go, there's going to be an after party for the trade night thing. And there's no pressure. But the trade night was really successful. It was Luis Alonso's idea. He got me and Matt involved. Matt's just amazing and crucial to it. And it's pretty much belongs to everybody. And it will happen at the release of MM or the day after because of shipping and stuff. And we already have trades lined up with people, and it's going to be a much longer event. But the hope is that if someone did spend money on a box, which is a lot of stupid money, and they didn't get what they want, cosmically, right? There could be a beautiful moment there where two people switch cards, no extra money is involved, and people get what they want. And I really do think those moments will happen. And I think it's the way, like you were saying earlier, Manu, it's a way to kind of regain that control from companies that are, quite frankly, you know what I mean? Like, it's a way to regain that control for the community as opposed to like,
if I don't know, make up a number, 8 or 10 of us are able to open up 1 or 2 boxes a piece. Well, all of a sudden, as a group, corporately, we've opened up well over a case. And at that point, now we have a case to trade with each other, like to figure out a way to increase the enjoyment for one another and help people, look, obviously if somebody pulls a Spidey, they're probably going to want to hang on to it, right? But what if somebody also pulls a Venom and that person's like, yeah, I'm more of a Venom guy, and I'm willing to figure out a way to
I've
make
seen
that happen.
stranger things happen, man. Like seriously, like, and there's going to be a lot of reasonable people involved. Anybody who comes on trade night are vetted. There's not just
By the way, you
rando
don't have
trade
to have
people.
masterpieces to trade for masterpieces. You can trade something
We
you
do
already
trades all the
have
time. Yeah.
into a card that you want in the new product if it works for the trade person. So the thought is to have a big like opening enjoyment
Community
event,
thing.
and then immediately flow into in some capacity to the trade night.
Yeah.
Ryan, that's very sweet of you. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would open it if it came to me.
Kes says first time you've heard of the trade night. It is a channel. We'll probably combine it for that night for sure to get the max potential viewers.
Yeah.
But it's Marvel card trade night, right? That's
it. Marvel card trade night on Instagram. You can check it out there. We're going to be talking about it more. No one's going to miss out on anything. There'll be more promotions. Spidey's been talking about. Manu's been talking about. It's going to be around. It's just a way. eBay fees are so expensive. Facebook groups are miserable for trading because the posts just get buried, in my opinion. And this is just a way to have a bunch of people who are in their homes watching content who did not want to pay money for a box can sit and enjoy the hobby and maybe even buy a card off someone without having to pay the stupid prices that people are going to ask for it. I don't know. There's going to be a lot of reasonable cats on the show, and it's just going to be chill. So
I'm excited.
It's going to be great. Yeah.
Reasonable cats are my favorite kind, and
reasonable if they exist. That doesn't really happen.
Maneuvering comics.
I'm waiting for someone to let me trade comics for some cards I want. Heck yeah, I will bring it.
I'll do that. There are comics I want. I'll trade you cards for.
I gotta get out my Silver Surfer stuff.
You do.
Oh, yes.
All right, I got to give you a glimpse of something you're going to see on the video that I do from National.
I got 20, 30 minutes, so don't hate me. Okay, I got 20.
No, we're actually gonna wrap it up. Where is it at? Because it's so cool.
Whoa. Isn't that a lot of people are sending me this? Can someone explain to me again what this? A lot of people are sending me this card.
It's basically like one of the historically most famous sketch cards of all time. This one in particular, being 50K, is kind of crazy.
Don't get lost in the number.
Yeah, no, the number is stupid. But what's really
it's Matt Groening. It's every character drawn, and that's got a gold frame. Yeah,
that's the difference. It's usually it's pack pulled. It's super rare. You don't usually see all the characters on there.
So, and it says original art man in the caption. I wish I could make it bigger.
It is.
I wish I could swear, because the only right thing to say after that is like an excited swear word.
It's cool.
This is like 1992.
I forget the year. It's very famous.
So let's
400. Okay, just kind of give you the full story. There's 400 of these that were supposedly made, but they were redemptions, and only like 100 and something actually were redeemed.
Yeah, meaning someone's back house
was able to capture this one is because he's actually in the hometown of Skybox.
Yeah, that's what happened. Like a lot of those things got out through the company through auctions.
This is my trade pile for the next one. I am trading cards too, though. Because there's some stuff that I need those Battle Spectra PSA 10s.
How is that going for you? Have you gone any further?
I can't find the Venom one. There's a Wolverine Sabretooth one on eBay right now for $1,000 or best offer, and no one's buying it. And if someone would offer me the Spectra for $1,000 or best offer, I'd make an offer. I mean, the Venom and Spidey one, but I just can't find the dang thing. Sorry. So that Matt Groening, that Simpsons card, right? Mm-hmm. Justin, I missed. You said there was 400 of what?
So they were numbered to 400, the redemptions. And so if you pulled like 114 of 400, they would match. The cards are numbered too. The sketches are numbered. So they would match the redemption to the sketch, and you would get it.
Is there does anyone have any history on that particular card? Is it priced at 50 because it once traded for 20 or once sold
It has
for
a lot
30?
of characters. It has a lot. They're pricing it crazy because it's just had a lot of characters.
Can I save it for the video? It's all in the video.
Oh, yes. Yeah, absolutely. And I got the sense that that's why we're not talking about the 66 color variations, because it's in the video.
It is in the video, but I'm gonna have to remember what he said because that part had the mic didn't work.
Oh yeah, dang. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's I'll go ahead and tell you. So like he says he was getting drunk one night. He was at a bar and eBay was having this like 20%, 30% off thing that they did or whatever it was. And this thing was listed at 900 and it got sent to him like his best offer, like for 600. This was years ago. And he bought the full 66 set, but it was a bunch of different grades. And he spent the last number of years, however many it is, slowly building it out to an 8 and 9 set.
It's awesome.
And that's, by the way, that's like anywhere from 200 to 600 a pop, building that out. So it's, there's a reason why he's asking. He said 30 would get it, but no, he's not selling it,
I mean, his breakdown comes to like, I think 450 or less than 500 a card, which isn't unreasonable. You're getting the whole set at one go.
The PSA 9 Spidey just did what, 1,700? Something like that.
Let's see it. Can we pull it? I didn't know that. Which one was that? PSA 9 Spidey went 17. That's excellent. I freaking love hearing that. Rider 9.5, not as PSA 10s. My whole PSA 10 collection is pretty much Spider-Man, Carnage, Venom. Now Catwoman collecting has started in PSA 10s. I've had Catwoman cards, but now PSA 10s and Black Cat. That's essentially majority of my stuff as far as PSA 10s. And that's pretty much what I trade and exchange are the slab 10s. I don't get into the world of raw cards because I don't, or exchanging and trading raw cards because I don't have the sort of raw cards that are worth $1,000 because they're one of 10s or something like that.
All right, let me see if I can find something here. Well, not popping up for me instantly on eBay. So,
and Keith, what are you talking about? Hit me with some context. Oh, he said, let Fausto off. I need to have a conversation with him before he passes out. Keith, we don't get Fausto that often. We're going to squeeze the next 15 minutes out of him, all right? I'm not having that, Keith.
I want more time with you guys. I miss you guys.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
You already got your Flying Phoenix Fire sketch. Let us have Fausto.
Yeah, I truly only have a few more minutes anyways, but we'll answer
all right,
the question.
You win, Keith. There you go.
Kes says, who's our winner? One of our winners tonight says, I have a question for Manu, Justin, and Fausto. I see some card asking price for ridiculous amounts of money. Please comment on this. I mean, there's more than one comment. One is very simply, some people want to show off, but they don't want to sell unless you give them a tremendous amount of money, overpaying essentially. And so it's a way for them to make people aware that the card exists. Some people are more nefarious about it, and what they're actually trying to do is create a perception that something's worth more than what it really is. Example, $800,000 for said Marvel card on eBay.
You little sneak. I'm surprised you referenced that. That's funny.
Wait, $100,000.
Aoki posted his green PMG for $800,000 on eBay. So false perception of value. I mean, and it's weird because like part of me is like, do people realize that doesn't actually work when it's that ridiculous?
Listing price means nothing.
And but anyways, so there's that, right? But I mean, I don't want to sell maybe somebody stupid kind of situation, right? But I also think it's trying to create false perception of value is a possibility. And I also think that some people are actually like really misinformed about what they have. They think it's something that it's not because it's like something, but it isn't it. It's like, hey, we see this with 9DMU all the time. I've got a 9DMU card. Don't you want to give me $100 for it? It's raw. Like, no, I don't.
It's been in my binder the whole time, though. It
Yeah.
went straight to the binder
condition.
out of the pack.
This went from the
Straight
pack,
from the pack into my binder.
into the sleeve.
Yeah.
How is that not a 10?
So
it's a pedigree. It's my personal pedigree.
This Trapper Keeper's from the 90s, bro. Do you know what's happening here right now?
Trapper Keeper's coming with the card. We might be
I'll
on.
include
we might
it.
be talking. I might be having. If it's space theme, I'm in.
But I do think that sometimes it's like this. I hope the word ignorant is not being heard incorrectly here, but but it is a bit of ignorance with like this hopeful and desire to make money, like being
collecting cards is not a lotto ticket situation, and anybody who does that is a fool. I'm sorry, I'll say it. I don't care. You go ahead and buy cards because you think you're going to make money off of it. That's some con man, stupid, ignorant stuff to do. That's not how it works. People pump the set. People who pay a lot of money are going to make sure their stuff's worth 10 times.
I'll be right back.
Go for it. Make sure that it's 10 times more than what it's worth where they paid for it, because they come from money and they know how not to blow money. They don't care. There's a difference. There's a difference between what a collector is and what a hobbyist is. The hobbyist researches their stuff and don't just listen to anybody. A collector follows the crowd, gets into the trend, tries to get there first, claim what they need, and bounces.
Mm-hmm.
That's the difference. The prices you're seeing are stupid and they don't make sense to you because it's stupid and they don't make sense. It's cardboard.
Are y'all
all
hungry?
of it.
Full
all
stop.
Of it's cardboard. Oh, damn.
It's not
What
pizza.
is that?
That's a lot. What's that?
These are card holder boxes.
Oh, good stuff.
Justin and Card Collector 2 both bought out the National.
Apparently.
Here's the thing. This is because, like, some of us actually just open boxes because we enjoy it, and then we keep just about everything.
Can we take just a moment? Does the listing for the $800,000 card actually have $11.70 shipping on it, like Marvel Marshall is saying?
I hope it's true, because that's the punchline. That's the punchline. That's
now
how you know
I'm
it's not real.
That the listing is, it's just amazing. It's just like a good time. It's like
I love how pizza
hilarious.
Are in here. We need to have
Pizza's
a pizza
the best. Are you kidding me? 2003 Marvel Masterpieces pizza. I'd buy that box.
Whoa! Let's make it a pizza party. Dude,
I'm handling the cards. We need one hand for the pie.
Yeah, I love that.
Like
that's actually coming full circle, because earlier today when you said, about, by the way, you got mad at me. I'm gonna call you out on that when we're not live anymore, Justin. But when you were talking about the pie growing, right? You want the pie to grow, or it's Cherry Collectible said, I want the pie to grow. And then I made this comment, which it must have hit you the wrong way, because you snapped at me afterwards. And I said, well, do you want to get diluted out, or do you want your piece of the pie to grow as well? Which is not like a nefarious comment, because the honest answer for anyone logical is, well, I want the pie to grow and I want my piece to grow. Because if the pie grows and your piece doesn't, you get diluted out to nothing, and so on and so forth. Like, it's not necessarily selfish to want your pie to grow. Why wouldn't you want your piece of the pie to grow? But then someone said, I keep thinking about pizza pies. I misheard
your statement, by the way.
I knew you did. I could tell by the way that you barked at me afterwards. And then someone made a comment about pizza, because we were talking pies. Yeah. And now we're talking pizza. That's how I know that we're in the right place at the right time.
We're at the right place. Look, my point is look, some of us open boxes and enjoy them, and we plan to keep some of the cards. Like, that's what we're going to do. Yeah. Still a thing, actually. It's not opening to sell. Try to get your money back.
All right. So what you got? So open it up. What is it? Show us.
Oh, no. There's not. They're empty. They're in preparation.
You finally have a place to put your piles of raw cards. I got you.
I've filled the other ones up. So that's one big. That's the super monster storage box.
That's a 5-row. It's a 6-row. That's a big one.
That's kind of stuff you wish when you're 10 to eventually be able to fill with cards. That's what you dream to aspire to.
Right. Yeah. Did you find any of those that fit top loaders, or are those the top loader fitting kind too?
Honestly, so we have one gaming store in town called A&H Gaming, and they only do TCG stuff. And top loaders don't work in this. Right. And so I go in there Like, and I'm just a stinking like you can't even mention Marvel cards in there.
Oh,
It's just embarrassing. But anyways, I think they'll work, but they'll only work with raw cards and sleeves. They won't work with top loaders because it's all TCG stuff.
I have to start emotionally coming to terms with the fact that both of you guys are about to make an exit. I don't want it to blindside me, and I don't want to be sad. So I'm preparing my goodbyes already.
Well, thank you. Yeah, my first appointment's at 7 a.m. in the morning, so I've got a few more hours to get ready for it. Well, I love you guys. Thank you.
Love you guys.
This was awesome.
Thank you for both coming on here. Manu, as always. Thank you for being really gracious this week to wait until Wednesday and then to short notice give space for Simone and Matt. Means a lot to me. Thank you for that.
I appreciate you saying that, but you definitely needed the time and space to make something great happen. So it's a pleasure.
Yeah, I needed to rest last night. That's what that was about. For sure. Look, hey everybody, thank you for watching. If you haven't already done so, hit the like button. Make sure I know you all follow these guys, but if you don't, please do that.
Please follow. Thank you. Love you.
Yeah. Keep an eye on the channel. A lot more to come, I think. So and I believe it'll be a lot of fun for all of us. But thank you for watching. And as always, I hope you have a marvelous day.